This is your home for the Trojans. Girard Sports Live.
Snap and leans forward, and that's touchdown number 4 for Scott Moore.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net.
Looks, throw over to Adolph, quickly down inside, wrap around Boatman, found herself in the right place, foul, and the bucket!
He'll try a 3 and hits. Adolph with it up top, being guarded by Gass. Girard down the lane, off the glass, and good. Nice instinct by Adolph to just take it to the bucket.
Fielded on the short hop, fires this one across. Able to throw the runner out by a step and a half.
Pitch to the outside to Ashbacher. Gets a good block on the outside, and he's in for the touchdown.
It's time for the Trojans. On your home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome out to Riverton High School, Riverton, Kansas, for tonight's Kansas Class 3A basketball matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Riverton Rams. I'm Josh Lettner. Alongside me, Daryl McLeod. We want to let you know that Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas, with Crawcan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crawcan has to offer at ckt.net. Well, Trojan girls coming into tonight's game at 14-2, getting set to take on a 7-5 Riverton girls team. We're kind of witnessing the tail end of the girls JV game taking place here right now during the pregame show. And as soon as this one wraps up, they'll have warm-ups and then tip-off of the girls game, boys game to follow. Trojan boys come in at 5-11 and Riverton at 11-5. And the last time these two teams met back on the 14th of January, Trojans dropped a 4-point heartbreaker that they led at 1 point by 9 to Riverton in Girard. So looking for some revenge here tonight on the road. It's going to be tough. Riverton playing with a lot of confidence on the boys' side anyway. Trojan girls just need to keep taking care of business as they move closer to sub-state. And when you look at it on paper, certainly one that the Trojan girls could win. We'll talk about all that coming up in the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll get you your area matchups, your keys to the game, starting lineups, and tip-off from here in Riverton. Trojans and the Rams coming up on Girard Sports Live.
Why settle for less than the best? Crawcan's Gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott, and many rural areas in between. Crawcan has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Crawcan.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, so for all you guys hanging on to this girls JV game, 0.5 seconds left, fourth quarter, tied 27-all. Trojans have the ball inbounding at half court. Yeah, Daryl, jump over here. Here we go.
Yeah, let me get on camera here.
Now there's timeout on the floor, darn it.
Well, so much for that build-up.
It's a full timeout. Okay. All right, well, this gives us a chance to talk about our area matchups. Brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing. 120 East Forest Avenue in downtown Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing, can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. 157 games going on across Kansas. We don't care about the vast majority of them. We'll tell you about a few here. And Coffeyville is at Independence tonight. Iola at Anderson County. Southeast is at Jayhawk Lynn. Galena hosts Colgan tonight, so that'll be an interesting
That'd be a good one.
Burlington at Prairie View. Lebec County hosts Chanute tonight. Uniontown hits the road to Oswego. Pleasanton is at Northeast. Frontenac travels to Baxter Springs. Humboldt plays host to Cherryvale. St. Paul welcomes in Yates Center. And Pittsburgh is at Parsons. Those are your area matchups. Now, back to girls JV action for the Trojans. Autumn Avery set to inbound. She's surveying the court, running out of time. Got to get it in. Gets it to the middle of the lane, and no shot. As the Trojans unable to get a shot off before the buzzer. That girls JV game headed overtime, Daryl.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, well, maybe.
Sounds like the perfect
They're
time.
shaking hands.
Oh, they're shaking hands? Let's call it a draw. And they do. All right. Well, we'll take another break. We come back. We'll talk keys to the game, get you your starting lineups. And we'll eventually have tip-off of the girls' varsity game. I'm so happy we're not going to overtime in the girls' JV game. It's a Valentine's Day miracle. You watch it.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
The first one here is a 2017 Ford Focus with only 21,000 miles. That one's not for sale though. I'm going to probably keep that one.
Hi, my name's Eddie.
2016 Chevy Malibu with only 13,000 miles, but I might hang on to that one too. So let me show you the next one. Ford F-150, but that one's going to stay with me too. So let's go down to the next one here.
Hi, I'm Eddie.
2017 F-150, so we have 3 of them. I could probably let that one go.
Hi, my name's Eddie.
2015 Ford Transit Cargo. I'm going to keep that one because I have to move here soon. But the rest of them, you're welcome to come out and look at and think you'd like a lot of them. We appreciate your business.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Judd, Lori, Lisa, or Amber in Girard for all your insurance needs.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have 2 convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Welcome back to Riverton High School, Riverton, Kansas. Girls JV game ended in a draw. Trojans getting set to take on the Riverton Rams tonight. Got a boys-girls doubleheader. This is the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. All right, Daryl, so tonight, keys to the game for the Trojan girls. Man, pretty much the keys to the game every night out for these girls, and that is get your defense to turn into offense, turn the other team over, disrupt their timing, and then just execute on when you have to in the half court. But you want to create a lot of transition buckets if you're Girard every night out.
Absolutely, and I think with this Riverton team, you can absolutely force a lot of turnovers on them. They haven't had a great season so far. I mean, they're above 500, and you'll always take that, especially going into the sub-state bracket, potentially get you a little bit of a higher seed. But against this Riverton team tonight, it's take care of business. You had to travel down here. Don't let any of the bus ride or any of the antics of the game get ahead of you. Keep your head on your shoulders, take care of business, and get the win.
And looking forward to sub-state. I'm just kind of intrigued at it this year. Keisha so rarely changes what they do.
True.
And this year, they changed the sub-state format to 16 teams, of which 2 of them are going to advance. And the first 2 rounds are home and away. So for the Trojans, rather than all of your fan base traveling to a one sub-state site and then having your boys and your girls play on the same night or on corresponding nights, now the boys are going to likely to travel that first round, and the girls will host at home. And it's kind of strange to me. It'll be interesting to see what that does with the fan base, what that does with attendance. How well are we going to travel in sub-state? And so it's just a lot of uncertainties, I think.
And that girls' game, I believe, comes on the Thursday, the 27th of February, and that boys' game is going to be the day after on that Friday. So you're hoping that doesn't affect anything, but obviously a Thursday night, a lot different to a Friday night when it comes to availability.
School night, Daryl. School
night.
Yep.
Always does worst.
One thing is for certain, we will have both of those games for you here on Girard Sports Live whenever and wherever they are played. And those keys to the game brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right car, truck, van, or SUV that's right for them and their family. Stop by and see them at the intersection of highways 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. All right, we'll step away for another break, come back, and get your starting lineups as we're about 10 minutes away from tip-off, 9 minutes, counting. Time flies when you're having fun. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
Communicating with current and potential customers is a must in the world of business. Advertising is nothing more than communication and an invitation. Look no further than Norris Advertising, offering a wide variety of services from billboards, radio across the 4 states, and digital ad services like ZTV, YouTube, geofencing, streaming, and more beyond the local view. Looking to upgrade your storefront? Norris Advertising is your go-to for local digital sign sales. Norris Advertising. Get your ads to work.
From the football field to the bean field, the right equipment can make all the difference. Gear up for harvest, expand your fleet, or grow your business with Tyler Jackman at Big Iron Auctions. Tyler can improve your operation conveniently, efficiently, and effectively. And if you're selling one piece or the whole operation, Big Iron can connect you with over 750,000 registered bidders. Buying or selling, go big. Big Iron Auctions. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115. BigIronAuctions.com.
Are you tired of waiting for your internet to load at a snail's pace? Or feeling like your connection is slower than a sloth's morning routine? Maybe your current internet feels as speedy as a sunbathing turtle. Well, say goodbye to the slow lane and welcome to Crawcan Fiber Optic Internet, where we leave the slow movers in the dust. You'll zoom through the web faster than Sharky being swarmed by his adoring fans. Crawcan Fiber Optic Internet, because life's too short to wait for slow connections.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com. Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Welcome back to Riverton High School, Riverton, Kansas. Getting set for tonight's boys-girls doubleheader between the Girard Trojans and the Riverton Rams. I'm Josh Ledner, alongside me Daryl McLeod, and I guess we're about 3.5 minutes away from tip-off. Let's go ahead and talk starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by the Jagged Edge. Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Starless Carla Sands will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. First for the Riverton Rams, they'll start 5'4" senior number 2 Landon Martin, 5'6" sophomore number 10 Riley Thompson, 5'6" junior number 15 Ellie Helms, a 5'8" junior number 21 Avery Barnett, and a 5'5" senior number 44 Lexi Mallett. Whoa! Let me just throw that paper at you, Daryl. I'm like a orangutan. I don't know my own strength. Anyway, Trojans will start 5'8" senior Jariah Adolph, 5'8" sophomore Kennedy Keller, 5'9" junior Maddie Kester, 5'6" sophomore Carson O'Rand, and 5'9" junior Erica Boatman. Well, I guess we could take a final break and come back for tip-off from here in Riverton. Trojans and the Rams coming up momentarily on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the Four States winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Riverton High School, Riverton, Kansas. Getting set for the introduction of the starting lineups of tonight's game between the Girard Trojans and the Riverton Rams. We'll start with the girls tonight. Boys to follow in the nightcap. The the Riverton Choir did an excellent job with the national anthem.
Beautiful rendition.
We didn't get that on the air, but it was good.
It was actually perfect timing. It ended right as...
Yes, worked out great for us.
Well, you know, if you help someone, you help everyone.
That's right,
Josh?
A rising tide, Darryl.
And number 23, Erica Boatman. That's the starting lineup for the visiting Girard Trojans. Starting lineup for the home.
You know what we haven't had in a while, Josh?
A double-double?
A double-double. I was just thinking about that.
Yep.
As Erica Boatman got announced,
yeah,
of course.
Well, I'm usually thinking about pancakes, so I'm surprised I didn't come with it
I had pancakes
sooner.
today.
Yeah.
Not as good as Eastside Cafes. But.
Right.
And number 44, Lexi Mallett.
Oh, pep band setting up.
Perfect.
Yep.
Angle that mic away from it.
I heard some Weezer in the pregame, and I thought perhaps there was a pep band. I started scoping around for it, and then realized now they're just playing that off somebody's phone.
I thought the same thing until it sounded really, really accurate, like
right
it was
on,
like almost like it was recorded
almost
before.
like Weezer was playing it.
Yeah. And I was like, wait,
that
sounds a lot like the Spotify version.
Trojan girls come into the game 14-2. They're coming off of a 48-24 win at Columbus back on Tuesday night. They've won their last 3 games. Riverton 7-5. They're 4-4 in the CNC. They're coming off a 54-47 win Tuesday night at Cherryvale, excuse me. And these two teams met back in mid-January. Trojans won that one by 10, 42-32 in Girard. So now rematch time here in Riverton. As the tip controlled by Kester ends up with Boatman. Now Trojans setting up the half court with O'Rand. She'll give it up to Maddie Kester, top of the key. Maddie directing traffic. She'll give it up to Boatman. Now Erica looking around. She'll hand it off to Keller. Coming back the other direction now. Top to Kester once again. Trojans will reset. Riverton playing a man-to-man defense against the Trojans. Keller with it now. Top of the key. She'll drive. Kennedy going to the glass. No good. Rebound Maddie Kester. And she's fouled on the putback and will head to the line.
Yeah, I'd almost like to see Keller pass it down to Kester earlier. She caused the double team to collapse on her. She was drawing a lot of attention down low, and you love when you go up, but also Kester was wide open under the basket.
Kester's first shot is good. Foul whistled against Rylan Thomason. That's her first, and that's not good news for Riverton. She kind of drives the bus for them. And the second shot a little bit short, off the mark, rebounded by the Rams. Kester 1 of 2 from the line. Trojans lead 1-0 here early. Thomason with it now on the wing. She'll put it on the floor. Dribbles up top, gives it up to Landon Martin. Now into the hands of Helms. Back to Thomason, Martin. Now Thomason going to drive into the lane. Trojans collapse, cut her off, and then fight with each other for the ball. Finally, it's controlled by Carson O'Rand, who gives it up to Erica Boatman coming up the floor. And now back to O'Rand. The Trojans will try and set up the half court. Adolph with it, gives it up to Kester. Now Keller with it on the wing, back up top to Boatman. She'll put it on the floor to the elbow, picks up her dribble. Now O'Rand fouled coming across the lane. They're going to whistle this one on Landon Martin. That's her first. 2 quick fouls, team fouls on Riverton here in this first quarter.
Yeah, Martin just got too close to that defense. O'Rand was trying to curl around and maybe get a screen from Boatman. Doesn't get it, but still able to draw that contact and get a foul picked up on Martin.
I don't know. We may want to check some huddle stats or something, because Erica got 15 points against Columbus. She may have got double-digit rebounds as well, as Adolph whistled for a travel. Wasn't much of one, but that does turn it over.
Yeah, Carson and Huck over there not keeping track of rebounds as religiously as we are, Josh.
Yeah. Martin with it. Or I'm sorry. That was now Thomason with it. Now Martin has it. Back up top to Thomason. Into the lane to Barnett. Shot on the way, no good. Long rebound. tracked down by Riverton, now poked away, and Kester comes away with it for the Trojans. Rand will give it up to Keller. Adolph with it on the wing, up top to Boatman. She'll put it on the floor. Erica down the lane off the glass, too strong. Rebound tipped around, ends up back with Boatman. She'll just turn and put it up, and it rolls in. Ball spent about 5 seconds rolling around up there on the rim before finally going through. That's Boatman's first bucket of the night. Trojans with a 3-0 lead here early. Into the lane off the glass. Pretty nifty move that time by Ellie Helms. And Riverton cuts the lead back down to 1. Bowman with it, guarded by Barnett, gives it up to Keller, and she's whistled for a travel because she couldn't quite handle the pass. Couldn't get her feet stopped. These officials really watching that first step travel.
Yeah, it always depends on the crew. I mean, the travel's such a case-by-case call.
And you'll have crews that'll call like 4 carries in a game, and then you'll never see a carry all season long. Helms getting it down low to Barnett, pushed off her spot by Kester, now double-teamed on the baseline, looking for somewhere to go with it, and finally gets it out to Helms, drives into the lane, loses it. Keller comes away with it. She'll give it up to Maddie Kester, and she'll pump the brakes a little bit, and the Trojans will set up in the half court. Now O'Rand with it, top of the key as we're under 5 minutes in the first quarter. Trojans with a 1-point lead. Adolph with it. Riverton switching up front, back cut by Kester, off the glass, and good.
That was beautiful awareness by Kester. She saw that her man was not really paying attention to her, instead was just focused on Jiraiya, and she used that backdoor cut. Jiraiya finds her. It's an easy bucket.
Martin with it. Gives it up to Helms, now back to Martin. Trying to pass it inside, that poked away and stolen by Erica Boatman. Trojans get it back, leading by 3. O'Rand with it across the timeline, gives it up to Boatman, top of the key. Erica looking around, now she'll put it on the floor, working into Barnett. Stops in the elbow, kicks back out to Adolph for an open 3, too strong. Long rebound, tracked down and poked away from behind as Mallett was trying to get it to Helms, and then the Trojans turn it right back over. Both teams with 3 turnovers here early. That was almost a walk. Now Thomason with it on the wing. Back up top to Martin. Around to Helms. Thomason up top. Again, Martin on the wing. She'll put it on the floor. Kicks across to Thomason at the elbow, working against Kester. Now back over to Martin, trying to get it down low to Barrett. She does. There is a walk. Now back to Martin, has it poked away by Adolph. It'll stay with Riverton. And again, no shot clock in the CNC, so if Riverton content to pass it around and not shoot, this could be a 10-minute possession. Helms to throw it in. She'll get it into Barrett outside the 3-point line, looking down low. Now Kylie King, who just checked in, down the lane, off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Kester. She's tied up, and the possession arrow is going to favor Riverton, so they're going to keep it.
Yeah, this has been one of the longest possessions I've seen all season, but
and eventually they're going to shoot a 3 and knock it down. I mean, if you give them enough time and enough opportunities. And Martin with it, blocked from behind by Keller, but they're going to whistle Kennedy with the foul. And that'll send Martin to the line.
Foul number 12, Kennedy Keller. It's her first, team first. Martin at the line for 2.
First one off the mark. comes up empty on both. Trojans with the ball back in the half court. Keller cross court to Adolph. Back up top. Now to the elbow to Kester. Now back to Adolph. Drives baseline. Has her shot blocked by Savannah Matthews, who just checked into the game, the 6'1 sophomore.
Helms was trying to do what she does best there, but unfortunately can't get that mid-range shot to go. She does like to get right to that elbow or free throw line and pull up from there. It's where she plays pretty good.
Adolph in the corner now with it. Back up top to Oran. Now free throw line for Keller. She swings it over to Kester. And now looks like some zone defense being played as Boatman gets her shot off over Matthews. And it's good. Trojans out to a 5-point lead. Barnett with it. Back up top to Martin. Shot on the way from Barnett is good from the elbow. Trojan lead back down to 3. Adolph with it, back up top to Kester. Back over to Dry on the wing. Cross court, now back to Kester. Trying to get it down low to Keller. It's poked away. Boatman comes away with it, and then she is fouled, I think, on the reach-in. They may get Barnett with this one. Nope.
I had mentioned it to you.
They got Savannah Matthews
before the game, and kind of during the Trojan warm-ups, they almost looked a little bit flat out there, and it kind of seems like this is what's happening early on here on the offensive side at least. They just haven't really had that energy to get anything going so far.
Maddie Kester trying to give a spark. Her pass tipped and stolen by Helms. She'll pass ahead to Thomason. Boatman bearing down on her, blocks her shot. It's tracked down in the corner by, that was, shot no good. Rebound comes down to Adolph. Thought I had 2 of these. Boatman straightaway 3 off the glass, no good. Long rebound tracked down by Kylie King. And she's fouled out in the open floor. We'll see who they get this one on. It could be Keller. And it is, I believe. Nope. It's on Carson Oran. That's her first.
Excuse me, for the Trojans, number 10, Marley Sisney.
That'll bring Marley Sisney into the game. Oran will sit for the final 15 seconds of the first quarter. King with it, kicks it back out to Thomason. Free throw line for Barnett. Now back to Helms, who's forced out beyond the arc. They'll swing it over. Shot thrown up by King, no good. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Trojans lead at 7-4. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live. Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Trojans with the ball to start the second quarter. Leading it by 3. Maddie Kester from the elbow turns around and drills it. 5 points for Kester. Trojans up by 5. Thomason picks up her dribble, passes over the top to King, who drives. A little out of control, loses it out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Boatman. For the Trojans, it'll stay with Riverton.
Well, that means I'm awarding Boatman with the block.
Mm-hmm. It would have to be, eh?
Wear a boot.
King up top to Barnett. Trying to get it down low to Matthews. Can't. Stolen away by Boatman. Fourth turnover of the night against Riverton. Now the Trojans with it. Into the corner to Boatman. She'll drive into the lane. Little runner is good.
I got to tell you, coming into the season, Erica Boatman's been one of the best players on the Trojan team. Just everything she's done so far has seemed to work. And I love watching it every week.
It's pretty consistent night in and night out.
Yes, absolutely.
Barnett with it. Gets it over to King. She'll take a shot from the elbow. In and out. Rebound, Kester. Now Adolph with it. Dry onto the wing to Marley Sistey. Into the corner to Boatman. Drives across the lane. Open. Adolph for three. Rattles around. In and out. Rebound comes down to Boatman. Put back. No good. Rebound Kester. She gives it up to Marley Sistey on her way to the ground. Now the Trojans get it back. Kennedy Keller driving baseline. Her shot blocked. Kennedy fighting to get it back. And I don't understand the foul call.
Foul number 34, Gracie Rance.
And the foul's on Rance for Riverton.
Yeah.
I didn't have as good an angle on it, so that'll send Keller to the line to shoot two, so they're calling that shooting foul too.
Yeah, it was whenever Keller got her ball back after her shot was blocked. She grabbed it back and went up again. She was on the other side, Rance was, and so I couldn't see what happened, but that ref, yeah.
Oran checks in, replacing Dry Adolph as Keller getting set for her second free throw. In and out, tipped around. It should be Trojan ball, but they're going to say last touch by Maddie Kester.
Maddie went in there and just went with the old swat, went for the bear paw swing at it.
If I don't get it, nobody does.
Exactly.
Helms bring it up the floor. She'll give it up to Thomason on the wing. Trojans playing a little bit of a zone. That shot partially deflected. Kester tracks it down and gives it up to Oran. Trojans back on the offensive end, leading by 8. 6 minutes to play, first half.
Also, not to alert anyone, but Kester currently has 6 rebounds, so she's playing.
She's on her way to a single-double. Also got 4 points for those of you scoring at home. Actually, 5 points.
Halfway there.
Yeah. 2 field goals and 1 for 2 from the stripe. Boatman with it on the wing. She'll drive, gets it down low to Marley Sistey. Too much traffic down there. Kennedy Keller. She finds her, feeds Keller. Her shot is good and the foul. And Kennedy will head to the line to shoot 2. She's 1 of 2 from the line tonight.
Kennedy Keller has been lightning in a bottle all season long. It seems like when the Trojans are playing a little flat, when they need energy, she always comes out with a play, a steal, an and one like this, a 3-ball, something. She just has that it factor about her where she can turn it on at any instant.
Man, a tremendous defender if they ever go to that full court press. As Kester was coming down with the rebound, they're going to whistle a foul. Are they going to whistle that against Kester? No.
Okay. I thought so too.
Yeah, I was like, she got sandwiched.
That ref pointed that other direction.
The other direction.
Yeah.
So it'll be Carson Oranda inbound. Gets it into Boatman. She's too deep. She'll have to dribble out. Gives it up to Sistey. Marley at the top of the key as the Trojans try to get it set. She'll give it back up to Orand. 5:20 to play. Kester going to launch a 3. Off the back iron, long rebound, tracked down by Boatman. She's going to drive, kicks it back out to Keller. Sistey with it on the near side, looking down low, gets it back up top to Orand. Gives it up to Keller. Oh, fortunate we didn't get a travel there.
And I just heard Herlocker immediately say spacing.
Yeah. Bowman with it, top of the key. Erica gives it up to Sistey. Marley picks up her dribble. Now Orand with it again. It's a long possession here for the Trojans. I think they've attempted a shot on this one. Boatman into the lane, twisting opposite way. No good. Rebound Helms. Here come the Riverton Rams back the other way. Helms, wild shot. No good. Rebound Kester, and there's going to be a held ball, and it favors Riverton. So, a couple times Trojans got tied up after a rebound, and it's cost them the possession. I guess if you're going to nitpick, that's not a bad thing to happen to you too much. King going to drive to the free throw line. No good. Kicks it out to Martin. Now Helms trying to drive. She's cut off by O'Rand. And back to King. She's going to try and drive. Adolph a little bit late getting over there. And King good off the glass for 2. That's her first bucket of the night. Lead back down to 8. O'Rand gives it up to Boatman on the wing. She'll hand off to Sisney. Kester with it on the wing. Boatman will take a shot from 3 off the front iron. No good. And the bad thing about Erica taking that 3 is there's nobody down there to rebound if it doesn't go down. And Trojans get outbodied under the bucket that time. Kester able to poke it away, but it goes to Riverton.
Yeah, it was a real awkward possession. Just nothing really clicked there on offense.
Helms with it, trying to drive. Can't turn the corner. Now she picks up her dribble. She'll lob it back up top to King. Now Martin with it. Gives it back up to King. You know King just wants to drive. Now back outside to Helms, and she's good for 3.
King wants to drive, and Helms wants to fire away. She loves the 3 ball, loves the mid-range.
Well, she likes every shot by the looks of it. She's taking a couple runners in the lane. Kester, turn and shoot. No good. Rebound by Rance. And here comes Riverton. Trojans with just a 5-point lead now. King with it. Back up top to Helms. Back to King. Now Martin with it. They'll swing it around. Long shot on the way from Barnett. Off the glass, in and out. Rebound Helms amongst 3 red jerseys. And her turnaround is good.
Yeah, that shot kind of just rattled into the right spot, and it's a good time to take a timeout because it was a 10-point lead, and it's decreased to a 3-point lead.
Coach Herlocker can't be happy with the rebounding, and that's probably what they're going to talk about right now. There's a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here.
Yeah,
and Riverton brings some size into the game, and it's going to be hard under the basket for the Trojans, and they're not going to be able to just out-jump or out-reach somebody. They're going to have to get good position under the backboard, and that takes a little extra.
I mean, yeah, you bring up a great point. They're used to having the size advantage down low, and they can just kind of stand down there and be the trees among everyone else and just gather in those rebounds. But against a team like this where you're outsized a little bit, you got to go back to your fundamentals. You got to box out. You got to create space. You got to be aggressive under the basket. If you're going to collect a rebound, you cannot allow someone to come in and pick a jump ball away from you.
2:29 left to play first half. Trojans leading it by 3. Girard will have the ball coming out of the timeout. And you can understand why they're having trouble getting rebounds. You've got both Boatman and Keller on the bench. Sisney will pull the trigger on a 3 and drills it.
No rebounds for a made 3,
None necessary. That's right. You just make a shot. You don't need a rebound. Helms driving into the lane, into Bailey Walker, who's just trying not to foul, and Helms gets a clean shot off, and it's good for Riverton.
You can't ask much more of Walker there, and that's kind of just a circus shot thrown up by Helms, and it happens to go in because she's a great player.
Corner to Sisney, back up top to Oran. She'll elevate from the free throw line, no good. Rebound tipped out by Adolph, and it's tracked down by Kester. Now back to Jiraiya in the corner. Adolph will drive baseline. Kicks over to Sisney, open for 3. She steps in, little 10-foot runner is good. Marley Sisney coming alive offensively. She's got 5 points in this second quarter. Trojans back on top by 6. King dribbling, she picked it up. Now they get it around to Helms, working against O'Rand. Now up top to Mallet. And this is King again with it. Helms Little move, three-point shot, dead off the back rim. Rebound comes down to Walker, and Trojans back in business offensively with a minute to play first half.
1 minute remaining in the half.
There's a parrot in here.
Yeah. O'Rand dribbling around looking for a crease. She finds it, steps through on Helms, is fouled from behind, no call. Rebound comes down to Kester, her putback no good, and Riverton comes away with it. There was a lot of contact into the back of Carson O'Rand on that drive.
The bright side of that is Maddie Kester picks up her 9th rebound.
And Riverton turned it over on the offensive end. The Trojans will get it back with 35.8. Keller into the game, replacing Sisney. Boatman into the game for Walker. France into the game for Riverton. She's replacing Lexi Mallett.
Someone to help down there.
O'Rand to walk it up the floor. We're under 30 seconds now. Trojans probably going to try and hold for last shot, you would imagine. Keller down the lane, into the corner to Kester. Almost walked with it. Now reverse layup blocked, and Riverton's going to come away with it. And the Trojans foul in the open floor as they...
Foul number 11, Adolph.
Adolph cuts off
Her first team first. Sub for the
King out in the open floor. Martin will sit. Mallett back into the game for Riverton. Rance straight away, off the back iron, no good. Rebound comes down to King as she out-battled a couple of Trojans for position down there, and her putback is good.
Oh!
And a three-pointer at the buzzer goes for the Trojans, and they head into the locker room with a 22-15 lead at the half. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back with the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back to Riverton High School, Riverton, Kansas. At the half, Trojan girls leading Riverton 22-15. This is the GN Bank Halftime Show, brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. Well, the Trojans, they're up at the half, Daryl, but it wasn't exactly a blazing start by the Trojans, and you credit the opponent with a little bit of that. Riverton did a real good job of extending their possessions, slowing the game down. They've done a good job on the offensive boards, giving themselves lots of opportunities at it. And I think that's probably why we're seeing this Trojan lead is in the single digits.
Yeah, a great defensive plan is just to not let us have the ball. And so far, Riverton's been very good about controlling the ball. A lot of our points come off turnovers. We mentioned that in the pregame show, and they've done a good job of taking control of it. Ellie Helms, for one, has done a great job of taking control of this Riverton offense. On our side, we've taken a lot of silly shots, I think. Not a lot of possessions where we had a lot of meaningful passes, not a lot of getting to the right spot, but we still have the lead, so you can complain all you want, but if it's working for you, why change it?
All right, that Eye on the Game brought to you by Kenara Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Kenara Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kenara Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at KenaraEyeCare.com. Let's take a look at some of those halftime stats brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie, dirt's heavy, so trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, water line install and repair, driveways, rock hauling, and leveling. Call B&B Excavating, 620-724-2735. First, for the host, Riverton Rams, they're led in scoring by Ellie Helm. She's got 9. Avery Barnett has 4, and Kinley King with 2 to round out the scoring for Riverton. For the Trojans, they're led in scoring by Kennedy Keller and Erica Boatman. They've got 6 points each. And Marley Sisney and Maddie Kester have 5 points each. And that's all the scoring in the first half for the Trojans. Let's step away for a quick break. When we come back, we'll kind of peek ahead to the boys matchup coming up in the nightcap. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Communicating with current and potential customers is a must in the world of business. Advertising is nothing more than communication and an invitation. Look no further than Norris Advertising, offering a wide variety of services from billboards, radio across the 4 states, and digital ad services like ZTV, YouTube, geofencing, streaming, and more beyond the local view. Looking to upgrade your storefront? Norris Advertising is your go-to for local digital sign sales. Norris Advertising. Get your ads to work.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Welcome back to Riverton High School, Riverton, Kansas. Halftime of the girls matchup. Trojans lead it 22-15 over the Riverton Rams, getting set for the boys matchup coming up in the nightcap. Riverton coming in at 11-5, Trojans 5-11. Rams are 8-3 in the CNC, Trojans 3-5. Both teams coming off wins on Tuesday night. Riverton 78-52 at Colgan. That's a pretty quality win.
Yeah.
And Girard a 63-46 win at Columbus. So both these teams riding pretty high right now. And Riverton, 2 of their 3 losses we mentioned were to Frontenac in the CNC, and I think they have a loss to Galena.
Yeah, Frontenac just kind of has their number right now.
Weird.
I don't think Riverton's played Galena again, if I'm correct. They've only played them once so far this season.
In fact, they're the next opponent.
Oh, well, there you go. So that'll be interesting to see how they shape up against them the second time around, because those are 2 of the top contenders for the CNC as of right now. Them and Frontenac giving them fits.
And the sub-state, honestly.
Yes,
because,
absolutely.
The sub-state's just kind of an extended CNC, and there are teams from Anderson County, Burlington, those teams are coming down for it, but, man, you got to think Galena, Riverton have a real good shot at coming away with a win in that sub-state. Now, Anderson County is pretty good. Anderson County is good. Burlington good as well. Trojans have struggled against a lot of pretty good teams in eastern Kansas. There's not, I don't think, one that really stands out above all the rest. Galena's very good, but just a lot of good teams across the board, and the Trojans have had a rough run through them all.
And, you mentioned it, man. There's just a few teams at the top that really have solidified themselves, and then the rest of them kind of fallen underneath.
Pretty darn good.
Yeah, yeah.
And Trojans have, they've lost some heartbreakers this year on the boys' side. But when you're that close to getting a win against a lot of these teams, it's right there.
Yeah.
It's a possession here and a possession there, that if you can come away with points or a stop, that game could be a very different story. And the Trojans' record this season could be 11-5 instead of 5-11.
And we mentioned Riverton as one of those teams at the top, and that's another team that the Trojans fell a heartbreaker to.
4-point game. And they led by 9 in the second half. All right, back underway here in the third quarter on the girls' side. Trojans leading at 22-15. They got the ball to start the third quarter. Kester with it straight away. She'll drive down the lane, and she's going to get whistled for a charge. There's no way the defender's feet were set, because she was sliding along with Boatman and finally fell down. There is no way, or with Kester, and then fell down. There is no way that her feet were set.
Yeah, and then they kind of just toppled over each other.
It was absolutely impossible.
It was a weird play, but luckily Kester only picks up her first there.
Yeah, her first, and it's an offensive foul. Now Riverton with it. Martin will give it up. Helms over to Mallet. Now back up top to Martin. Thomason with it now. And there you see how they're extending all these possessions. It's really trying to slow it down. That one tipped away. We're going to have a held ball, and it should favor Riverton, so it's going to stay on this end of the floor. Helms to inbound. Gets it into King. Barnett. Now Martin with it. She falls down, and they're going to whistle Carson Oram with a blocking foul. And might have been tripping more than anything.
I think something to keep an eye on as well is Erica Boatman's had more and more tape applied to her wrist throughout the duration of this game. So want to keep an eye on her and see if that affects any way she plays.
Got a little around her thumb, too, on that left hand. I think she's a right-handed shooter, so.
Yeah, that left hand just
Helms
as important.
Over to Martin. She'll put it on the floor, trying to get around Keller. She'll get it down low to Barnett, who backs it out. Now she's going to drive again, has it poked away, kicks it over to Thomason. Her shot blocked by Boatman, and Adolph comes away with it.
That was a
good
minute-long
defensive
possession.
stand by the Trojans as Riverton comes away empty after what Darrell just said was a minute-long possession. Nice look to find a cutting Adolph off the glass, and good for Jiraiya. That's her first bucket of the night, and the Trojans lead it by 9. Helms gives it up. Martin into the elbow, shot on the way off the glass, off the mark, tipped around. Adolph tipped it in, but stepped on the end line. It'll stay with Riverton.
That was a great hustle play, though, to stay with the ball the entire time.
Yeah, I thought she was going to get it.
I did, too. She finally had it there at the end. I thought she was going to be able to secure it, but just towed the line. A shoe size too big.
Mm-hmm.
The Trojans go into a little bit of a box and one here. The rest of the Trojans playing a nice little 1-3 zone, and then Keller's just been hounding around Helms.
Martin with it way up top. She'll get it over to Thomason. O'Rand in front of her. Now out to Helms, who drives baseline, trying to go reverse off the glass. No good. Rebound controlled by Keller. And it's going to be Trojan ball. Off the possession arrow. That was a held ball at arm's reach. King checks back into the game. Martin will sit for Riverton. King's really been a nice spark for them off the bench this year. Adolph with it, top of the key, hands it back out to Keller. She'll launch another three off the mark and out of bounds. That'll give it back to Riverton.
Yeah, Herlocker's such a great coach. Immediately after that, he's just telling Keller, keep shooting your shot.
Yep, keep taking your shot.
Keep taking it.
Helms with it, got away with a walk. And is fouled from behind. I think they're going to get Keller with this one. And that'll send Helms to the line.
Foul number 12, Kennedy Keller.
Yep.
Her second, team third. Helms at the line for 2.
Keller and O'Rand playing with 2 fouls right now for the Trojans. Kester with 1. I think that's it. Unofficially, of course, as Helms misses the first.
Foul for the Trojans, number 10, Marley Sisney.
Keller sits. Marley Sisney into the game for Girard. Second shot off the mark.
Hey, that's the 10th rebound for Maddie Kester as well, so we just need to get it producing a little bit on offense, and she'll have it.
I thought Boatman came down with that and gave it to Kester.
If you call that securing a rebound by Boatman, I don't know what you're seeing. We won't call it official until
You're just
Kester
trying to
gets
get those
another one.
pancakes. We know you got ulterior motives.
That was a bobble at best by Boatman.
Adolph with it. Oh, Kester zigged. Adolph thought she was going to zag, and that one's thrown out of bounds into the Trojan bench, and that'll give it back to Riverton. I have that as the 5th turnover of the night against the Trojans. Unofficially, of course. Riverton with the ball. Trailing by 9. King to Thomason. Back to King, driving down the lane, and she is bailed out by a reach-in foul against Adolph because she lost her dribble in the lane, and right when she lost her dribble,
Her second, team 4 for the
the whistle blew, so there might have been some contact down there that we couldn't see from up here, and they got that one on Adolph. No foul there. Wild shot, no good. O'Rand with the rebound. Adolph picked up her first. Had trouble with that pass, but brings it in. Sisney with it up top. Kester cutting through. Adolph top of the key with it. Into the corner to Sisney. To Boatman. Nice look to find a cutting Kester. And it's good. Give Boatman the assist. Kester the bucket for the Trojans, and they lead by 11. Thomason to Helms, back to Thomason, out top. King with it, working against Carson O'Rand. Back over to Helms. Now Thomason with it up top. Helms long three on the way, no good. Rebound tipped around. Boatman comes away with it for Girard. That was a rebound.
Yeah, that's about as rebound
undisputed rebound.
Yeah. She's got 5 rebounds in the matchup.
Cutting Adolph. Good look from Kester to find her as the Trojans cutting right through that Riverton defense for some easy buckets. 4 points for Adolph. Trojans by 13. King with it, way up top. Adolph guarding her, now over to Thomason. Picks up her dribble, gets it down low, and now back out to King. Helms. Thomason back to Helms. King at the top, she'll drive down the lane, loses her dribble again. No bailout this time as she's whistled for the travel, and that'll turn it back over to the Trojans.
Just started stumbling through the lane, lost her dribble, and picked it up. Took those 2 or 3 steps to give her that travel call. Possession for the Trojans. They've been kind of rolling on offense so far to start this second half.
Keller with it. Again, a cutting Oran. She's blocked from behind by Mallet and then fouled on the floor by Helms. And it should be on the floor. I don't think anybody should be shooting here.
Foul number 15, Ellie Helms.
Yeah, it will be on the floor. And
just the first team foul against Riverton in this third quarter. Oran to inbound, gets it into the corner to Adolph. Up top to Sisney. Now back to Oran as we're under 2.5 to play third quarter. Trojans by 13. Keller with it on the wing. Boatman thought about a 3, now she'll drive down the lane, kicks into the corner to Adolph. Jiraiya driving, and she's fouled on the shot attempt. I think they're going to whistle King with this one. And Adolph will head to the line to shoot 2 with 2:11 to play third quarter.
Now the Trojans, I think whatever adjustment Herlocker made at half, whatever it was, maybe just saying, hey, focus up a little bit. It's really paid off on the offensive side so far. A lot better possessions, a lot better shots are being taken. And like that dribble drive from Adolph, a little more aggressive playing as well on the offensive side.
Adolph misses the first free throw. Bailey Walker into the game along with Sisney replacing Orand and Boatman. Jiraiya hits the second. She's got 5. Trojans by 14. About 2 minutes and change left to play third quarter. Into the corner to Reitz. Her shot, or her pass deflected and ends up in the hands of Maddie Kester. Coming back the other way, I have that as the 7th turnover of the game for Riverton. Sisney with it, back up top to Adolph. Jiraiya picks up her dribble, back to Marley. Had a little trouble with the pass, now she dribbles into the lane. Trips and falls, and it's going to be Riverton ball.
Up to the rim, number 44, Lexi Mallet.
Mallet into the game. Now Riverton with the ball after the Trojan turnover. Thomason up top to Helms. Looking around back to Thomason. King likes to drive. Now she'll kick back out. Helms from a mile away. No good off the front iron. Rebound comes down to Maddie Kester.
How about that for a 10th rebound, Josh?
Boom.
You accept that one?
That was solid.
Secure,
unassisted.
2 hands.
Cutting Adolph too deep under the bucket by the time Keller got it to her. Trojans will reset. Kester driving from the top of the key. Picks up her dribble. Back out to Sisney, who's being hand-checked all the way down into the corner. Adolph for 3 is good.
I'm starting to wonder if there's something on the floor down there, if it's just extra sticky, because we have a lot of players on the floor here in these last few minutes.
Trojans leading by 17, and there's a travel, and that'll turn it back over. A little indecision that time by Mallet.
She kind of just walked into a Trojan defender as well.
Sisney with it, over to Kester on the wing. 20 seconds and counting left here in the third quarter. Trojans trying to get the last shot. Keller going to drive. She is pushed. And they're going to whistle that one on Avery Barnett. Got the first personal, third team foul on Riverton. Numbers are hard. Kester inbound. Her pass tipped away and stolen by Barnett. She tries to throw it off Kester's leg. Now there's a scrum on the floor for the ball, and they're going to whistle a travel as Thomason rolled over with it, which is traveling. Something to do with a pivot foot or pivot hip. I'm not sure. Bailey Walker turns around and shoots at the buzzer. No good. That'll do it for the third quarter. Trojans lead it by 17, 32-15. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the health care needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Welcome back to Riverton High School, Riverton, Kansas. 1 quarter left to play. Trojan girls leading it by 17 over Riverton. The Rams will have the ball to start the fourth quarter.
It's been just an explosion of offense for the Trojans. They pulled way ahead.
Yeah, that third quarter. Do a little bit of math here. We'll let you know how much they outscored Riverton by.
I believe it's 10-1, Josh.
King cut off. Now she's trying to trap her over on that far side. They're going to whistle a foul on Bailey Walker.
Yeah, it's been right. It's been a couple times tonight when a Riverton player has
fallen down of their own volition.
Right.
Helms for 3 is good. You can't just let her stand back there and shoot that. And she now has 12 points, leading Riverton in scoring. Trojan lead down to 12. Keller down the lane, off the glass, too strong. Rebound Boatman, and she's fouled. I was going to say, when is that going to happen? She was forced all the way to the ground.
Foul number 15, Ellie Helms, their second, team first of the
And they're going to call that on the floor.
Start with the Trojans, number 11, Girard Adolph.
Adolph into the game for the Trojans, replacing Walker. That entry pass could have been thrown to anybody, and it's a held ball, and it will stay with the Trojans. Tried to force it into Boatman there, and just too much traffic. Moran to throw it in from the Trojan baseline. 7:05 to play in the game. They do get it into Boatman this time. A lot of contact under the bucket. Guess we're just going to let it go. And Barnett comes down with it after a block on the second attempt. There was a travel. Now over to King. She'll put it on the floor. Kicks it back up top to Thomason. Thomason with it on the near wing. Gets it down low to King. Cut off by Boatman. She'll kick it back out. Shot on the way from Helms. No good. Long rebound tracked down by O'Rand for the Trojans. quickly ahead. Keller beats everybody down the floor. Her layup no good. Rebound Adolph. A lot of contact going on under that Trojan basket, yet to get a call. Adolph's three-point attempt no good. Rebound Thomason. And here we come back the other way. Thomason with it. Up top to Barnett. They're going to warn Carson ran for a kick, but she didn't actually kick the ball. I think your foot has to make contact with it in order to get that call, but it'll stay with Riverton nonetheless. King with it. This is Helms. She's going to pull a trigger on another three. In and out. Trojans fortunate. Nobody had a hand in her face. And now Girard with it. Under 6 to play. Keller with it on the wing. Down low to Adolph. Jiraiya is going to pass it back out to Boatman down the lane. Erica off the glass and good. First bucket of the second half for Erica Boatman. She's got 8 points. And the Trojans lead it by 16. Pass over the top to Helms. Thought about another long three-point. Now she'll step into one. Way off the mark. And it'll be Trojan ball. Timeout, Riverton. I think they decided maybe getting a little bit tired there on the defensive end. And this is a catch-your-wind timeout. It's a full one. We'll take one as well. 5:16 to play. Trojans leading at 34-18. We'll be right back. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
This is your home for the...
Welcome back to Riverton High School. Trojans leading at 34-18, 5:16 to play in the game. Trojan girls trying to improve to 15-2 on the season, 8-1 in the CNC. With the win here tonight over Riverton, they would get the season sweep over the Rams. They won back on January 14th.
Seems like forever ago now, Josh.
48-24.
Just
no, that was last week against Columbus. Excuse me, the last game. But they did win by about 10 over Riverton last time these two teams met. Sisney trying to dribble out of the double team. She'll get it to O'Rand across the timeline. Trojans off and running. Boatman down low to Kester, who couldn't handle the pass. Now she gets it back off the glass and good. 9 points for Maddie Kester. Getting closer to that double-double, Daryl.
I was going to mention it if you didn't. Pancakes starting to smell good.
Thomason up top to Barnett. Now Helms has her shot blocked by Sisney. Boatman ends up with it. Erica gets it back from O'Rand, and now they'll set up the half court. Adolph up top over to O'Rand, and the motion begins for the Trojans. O'Rand with it, driving into the lane, stepping through, shot on the way off the glass is good. Showtime for Carson O'Rand. That's her first bucket of the night. Gives the Trojans a 20-point lead here with 4:17 to play. And they're going to get a whistle against the Trojans, maybe a push against Boatman.
Yeah, that pass down low, she tried to poke it over from the top. You can't go over the top to try and poke away a pass.
A little through the back, too.
Yeah.
Martin with it, top of the key. She'll give it up to Helms. Back to Martin. Drives into the elbow. Long pass across to Thomason. Her pass off the leg of Sisney out of bounds. I don't think that one was to anyone in particular. But it'll stay with Riverton. 4:04 to play. Trying to cut into a Trojan 20-point lead. Shot on the way from Barnett for three is good. And you want to at least contest those outside shots because that's the only way Riverton gets back in this one. Barnett has 7. Cuts the lead to 17. Bowman with it in the corner, working against Barnett. She'll kick it back out. Trojans can afford to take their time with this possession if they so choose. Nobody picks up O'Rand, coming around the corner, off the glass and good. It wasn't the longest possession in the world, but they came away with points. O'Rand has 4. And the Trojans by 19. Helms gives it up to Thomason. Back up top to Mallett. Now into the lane. Barnett going to work. She has it poked away, falls down. Held ball situation between her and Sisney, and it'll stay with Riverton. All right, boys, switch that arrow. Thomason to inbound, getting it working against the count. Gets it into Barnett, driving baseline, and she's going to be fouled. I think they're going to get Sisney with a little bit of a push in the back, right in front of the official.
Foul number 10, Marley Sisney.
Yep.
Barnett at the line for 2.
Barnett will head to the line for the first time tonight. Hits the first free throw. And man, if you're a Riverton fan, you'd like to see her a lot more involved in this offense because every time she touches the ball for Riverton, good things happen. She just doesn't touch it enough. Or when she does, she's not aggressive enough with it. But when she decides that she's going to shoot or she's going to do something, it usually ends up pretty good for Riverton. And Coach Herlocker calls a 30-second timeout after Keller gets trapped, and there's no help over there for her. And it'll save the possession for Girard. 3:07 to play in the game. Trojans leading by 18.
Yep, it's been a very good second half for the Trojans. They've kind of run away with this one. The key of the night, though, is Maddie Kester is 1 point away from a double-double. She has 13 rebounds in the matchup and 9 points, according to our unofficial stats. So for those pancakes tomorrow, we need a nice little bucket here from number 14. And I'm hoping.
I think the Trojans got a shutout in the third quarter.
Well, I was wondering because in my head I had 1 point. And I was like, that can't be right.
No.
Yeah.
No, shutout.
So how about that?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if they started with 14 or 15. Because the score at the end was 32-15.
Yeah, they were up 22-15 at the half.
Yeah, so there you go. It was a shutout.
Yeah. Another way. We're underway. Keller with it up top. History lessons over. And O'Rand trying to cut through the lane. Gets tangled up with Thomason. No foul call, and the Trojans turn it over.
Carson was looking dead in the eyes of that ref and just said, foul?
Notice why I didn't get there, right?
Yeah, one of the fastest players in the CNC. And, yeah.
Helms' shot draws nothing, but the ball tipped back into Barnett, and she's fouled by Adolph on the putback as the Trojans we're going to let it go out of bounds, and Helms with a heady play gets through there and saves it in bounds. That one's on Adolph. They called that her third. I had it as her second, but you can't trust me. First shot on the way for Barnett, no good. Second shot is good. Barnett 2 of 4 from the stripe. She's got 9 points. And what happened here?
They got poked out of bounds by one of the Riverton players on our inbound.
So get caught trying to write something down. Keller working against King. Gives it up to O'Rand. She gets it across the timeline for the Trojans. Gives it up to Adolph. Now Keller over to Kester on the wing. Looking down low. Now back up top to Keller. And she's fouled by Helms. That should be 3 on Helms.
Number 15, Allie Helms. It's her third, second team of the quarter.
Keller to inbound for the Trojans from the near side. Gets it into the backcourt to O'Rand. We're down about 2 minutes and change to play in the game. Trojans comfortably out in front by 17. 2 minutes can be a virtual eternity. Man, Adolph got away with a walk there as she started tiptoeing before she dribbled. And that went right into the hands of Helms. I think Jiraiya would have been better off to just keep it because there was no defender in front of her. And instead she handed off to Kester, and the defender right there to tie her up.
That was a really smart play by Helms. Just kind of jumped into that pass.
Oran down the lane. She's fouled. And they may get Thomason with this one. There's a couple different white jerseys they could have got.
How many times can you inbound from the same spot, Josh?
We're going to find out. That was Mallett's first. Third team foul on Riverton.
Running out of time for 14 to get that last point.
I think maybe rebound putback.
That's what I'm thinking.
Adolph, there's got to be a shot before you can have a rebound. Kester
Take a deep
with
three.
It up top to Keller. Well, you breakfast lovers, your pancakes are in jeopardy. There's a minute 20 left. Kester with it up top. She's going to have to give it up. Gives it up to Orand.
Trojans in no hurry
Far
to shoot.
side to Keller. Now down to Boatman. She's fouled by Helms.
All right, here we go, Josh.
And Boatman will head to the line to shoot two. Is this a double-double opportunity?
Here's my prediction for pancakes. They got 4 fouls. That puts the Trojans in the bonus on the next one. Kester gets fouled, sent to the free throw line. I'm calling it right now.
Get her the ball.
Yeah, get her the ball.
Oh, Oran mishandles a dribble, and she's fouled from behind by Thomason, and Oran's going to head to the line to shoot two.
Dang it.
Well, Nostradamus, we are not.
Here's that rebound putback you wanted.
Well, she's not under the bucket. She'd have to
She's
make
going to Air Jordan it, man.
Oran going to just drill it off the front of the rim. Misses the first one.
There's always a chance. I doubt it, but there's always a chance.
I mean, mathematically, I guess there is. This is Oran's first trip to the free throw line tonight. Missed her first and comes up empty on both of them as Barnett comes down with the rebound for Riverton. And they're going to have to work quick here. Under a minute as Helms just trying to get an open look over to King, who drives baseline, now dribbles back out. There's a lot of dribbling. Helms with it. Into the corner, Barnett steps over, loses the defender. Three-pointer misses everything. Tracked down by Mallett in the corner, gets it back to Thomason. Her shot good. First bucket of the night for Thomason. Trojans get it across half court. Kennedy Keller with it. Under 20 seconds. Orand will give it up to Kester. Go to the hole, Maddie. Nope. She's just going to dribble it out.
Oh, they're creating the
huddle, the protective huddle.
The 300 turtle shell.
Yeah.
Nothing breaks the shield wall, Josh.
Yeah, the Romans called it a testudo. Trojans going to win it by 15 over the Riverton Rams. They'll improve to 15-2 on the season. And they'll be in action coming up next Tuesday night at home. Or I'm sorry, on the road. No, at home against Frontenac.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, well, that was smooth. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the Eastside Cafe postgame show. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live. Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the Four States winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with the Jay Hatfield Auto Group. We've been serving the Four States area for over 29 years, and we now have 6 locations which offer Chevrolet, GMC, Ford, and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Each of our locations is operated by a Jay Hatfield family member or managing partner. At J. Hatfield, we're here to earn your business and trust. We have approximately 300 pre-owned and 300 new vehicles in stock or on their way, and we're making deals. Come see us at J. Hatfield location today and let us make you part of the J. Hatfield family.
The first one here is a 2017 Ford Focus with only 21,000 miles. That one's not for sale though. I'm going to probably keep that one. Hi, my name's Eddie. 2016 Chevy Malibu with only 13,000 miles, but I might hang on to that one too. So let me show you the next one. Ford F-150, but that one's going to stay with me too. So let's go down to the next one here. Hi, I'm Eddie. 2017 F-150, so we have 3 of them. I could probably let that one go. Hi, my name's Eddie. 2015 Ford Transit Cargo. I'm going to keep that one because I have to move here soon. But the rest of them, you're welcome to come out and look at. And I think you'd like a lot of them. We appreciate your business.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
Welcome back to the Eastside post-game show. Brought to you by Eastside Cafe. Experience the best breakfast in all of Crawford County. 6 days a week at 120 South Ozark Street in Girard. Proud supporters of Trojan Athletics. And we came razor close to a double stack. And
2 players came real close.
Yeah, needed one more point for Maddie Kester. Let's take a look at some of those post-game scoring totals. First for Riverton, they're led in scoring by Ellie Helms. She finished with 12. Avery Barnett had 9. Rylan Thomason with 2. And Kinley King with 2 to round out the scoring for Riverton. For the Trojans, just kind of like an even keel scoring-wise for Girard. They're led in scoring by Maddie Kester. She had 9. Jariah Adolph and Erica Boatman finished with 8. Kennedy Keller had 6, Marley Sisney with 5, and Carson O'Rand with 4 to round out the scoring for Girard. But most importantly, the Trojan girls pick up their 15th win of the season. They improved to 15-2. They'll be definitely at the top of that bracket.
Yep.
Come sub-state if they can just keep that ball rolling for a couple more games here towards the tail end of this regular season.
Yeah, you mentioned they got Frontenac next week, and when we played at Frontenac, it was
sloppy.
A very sloppy game, and I'm expecting that the home contest is going to be hopefully a little bit better for our girls. You know, you're coming straight out of school, you don't have to travel, you're not going into that environment over in Frontenac where it's always going to be real hectic when you're that CNC rival. But anytime you play a rival, you either play down to them or they play up to you. I'm not sure what it is, but
yeah, and these are 2 teams that you feel like they play each other 100 times.
Yes,
over the course of their career. They're very familiar with each other, very familiar with what each team wants to do to the other. And both of them are defensive squads that get after it and get into you. And it just makes for a rough game on the offensive end. But it's a real gut check for both teams this late in the season to try and beat your rival.
And I think something else that the Trojans need to note is they started kind of slow in this game. Obviously, that second half, they ran away with it. But you got to pick it up a little bit if you want to beat those CNC rivals.
All right, right now let's welcome in head coach Brad Herlocker of the Girard Trojans. He's getting geared up. All right, Coach, well, a good win tonight on the road against a league opponent. You guys familiar with each other from years and years of facing off, but I thought your girls did a great job tonight in their half-court execution offensively against a pretty long and tall Riverton squad.
Yeah, they present a lot of issues. They got some really skilled offensive players as well. The opening scene actually in the locker room was a whole lot like Rocky. It's about 50 degrees in there, and you're seeing your breath, and you're trying to give this inspirational speech, but it's pretty cold. But I can't say.
Were you the Mick in that scenario?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's about the only part I could play in that movie. But hey, I can't say enough about these girls' defense. We can talk about the offense, and our main focus down the stretch here is our half-court offense. But Kennedy Keller's flying around everywhere. And Carson Orand is flying around everywhere, and everybody's locating and finding the people and running our defense as well as you can run it. That's a very skilled basketball team that we held down to not a whole bunch of points. So offensively we looked good, but a lot of that again was just our defense was so stifling at the other end, I thought.
Yeah, I thought the defense was really consistent all night, but your third quarter that your team put together on the defensive end, I'm no doctor, but I have you guys pitching a shutout in that third quarter. And then offensively, you started going to the back cuts, and they were just open several times on a lot of different possessions in that third quarter.
Yeah, our offense is basically Princeton offense, and so the more people try to take away or put pressure on you, the better that offense gets. And the kids have gotten, over the course of this year, actually over the course of the last couple years, so much better at reading and moving without the basketball, and you saw that tonight. I thought Carson had some really nice takes herself of, hey, they're giving me a clear lane to the basket. I'm just going to get to the rim. And
at one time she came off a curl and nobody came with her, and she just came clean.
Yeah, and so they were, they were trying to cheat some of our plays and stuff like that. And we always, we have a counter to every play, and the kids are just getting really good at reading of, hey, they are overplaying that. And, I try to stress to them all the time that there's always something open. If they take this away, then that's open. And tonight, it's really fun when the kids, what you put those words out there, but the kids put that into actions. So very, very pleased with all of them. I thought, especially early on, got going inside and made some post moves to the basket, got to the rim, and Maddie hit some shots, and it just was overall just a very concerted effort. Jay, I'd like Jay to shoot more. She is just one of those kids that you almost have to beg her to shoot, and she has the highest percentages on the team. But yeah, we were
pretty consistent scoring.
Yeah, that's nobody in double figures, but everybody was 6 or 7, right? So that's what you preach, and we talk about that. That's part of the Carly way of just, hey, let's get this job done. Everybody do what they're best at, and I thought that reflected tonight. The kids, everybody did what they were best at, and we're pretty good when we do that. I tell you, this group plays that kind of defense, runs that kind of half-court offense. They could be someone to reckon with.
And you're going to have a big test coming up Tuesday night as you guys welcome in Frontenac. First time your team's played. Both really defensive, get-after-you kind of teams, and it makes for kind of a rough offensive night, but a real, determination check or gut check late in the season.
Yeah, we went to Frontenac the last time, and I think we came back with all our body parts. I'm not sure. It was a rough night, and that's what you expect. We're rivals, and they're always good. They're always good in every sport, and we're always good in every sport. And sometimes one of us is better than the other one, but on the nights we play each other, you can throw records, you can throw anything out of the. So I know our kids will not overlook them. I know that'll be a game that. It's always circled on our calendar as one that we want to do well in, and Frontenac as always will present quite a problem, but if we execute like we did tonight, we should be in good shape.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for coming up here and talking to us. Congratulations on the win, Enjoy it, and we'll see you Tuesday night.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, that's head coach Brad Herlocker. The Girard Trojans that come out on top tonight, 40-25 over the Riverton Rams. They improve to 15-2 on the season, 8-1 in the CNC. Our post-game coach interview brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. Serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. We'll step away for a break. We'll come back with starting lineups and tip-off of the nightcap, the boys matchup between the Trojans and the Rams. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have 2 convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your phone started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Judd, Lori, Lisa, or Amber in Girard for all your insurance needs. You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Riverton High School, Riverton, Kansas. Getting set for the nightcap tonight. Trojan boys taking on the Riverton Rams. Trojans coming into the game at 5-11. Riverton at 11-5. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Brought to you by the Jagged Edge. Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carlos Sands will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. All right, first for the Riverton Rams, they'll start 6-foot sophomore Aiden Witherspoon, 6-foot sophomore Noah Parker, 6'1" sophomore Tyler Reitz, 6'10" senior Tarek Richardson.
Yeah, that's my bad. I accidentally circled 3 because the old man was like 3. Actually 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say there's 6 guys here.
That's my bad, Josh.
6'4" junior Cale Forbes and 6'5" junior Liam Berge.
Yeah.
Trojans will start 5'8" senior Ranson Bourne, 6'1" senior Siler Salmons, 6'2" sophomore Ben Cullen, 5'11" sophomore Blake Brocob, and 6'5" senior Scott Moore.
Number 23, Blake Brokaw.
This is weird that they introduce all of the players for one team.
Yeah.
And then all of the players for the other team.
Well, and it's weird that they do it so quickly. Like, I feel like if you're going to introduce all the players, you got to have a real, like a Chicago Bulls type of entrance for your home team. But now it's going to fly through the home team, too.
Yeah, fire up that Alan Parsons project or whatever they play at the game. Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah.
Also, do want to apologize for the scores being wrong in the last game. It has been fixed.
Yeah.
It has been fixed. Thanks to Zach Benzo for letting me know.
After the game.
Yeah.
So for the Trojans, we got to talk keys to the game, Daryl. Tonight, I think it's got to be get a quick start, get off the bus, and score with these guys. You cannot start in a first quarter hole against this team.
Well, I got to tell you, I kind of just want to see him do something different, man. I mean, come out here and try something. Your record shows that you haven't had a lot of success doing what you've been doing all season long. I want to see some of these younger guys that are getting a chance. Blake Brocob getting a chance to start today. You also have Siler Salmons, not a younger guy by any means.
But you are playing without Cam Smith tonight if you're the Trojans.
So come out here and start firing shots, because what's the worst that's going to happen? I mean, your record shows that you haven't had success doing the normal thing, so you might as well try something different.
Those keys to the game brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right car, truck, van, or SUV. It's right for them and their family. Check them out at the intersections of Highway 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh, or see their online showroom at evansmotors.net. Trojans control the opening tip, brought to you by Farmers Bank, who's proud to have helped the growth and development of the communities we serve. Farmers Bank, looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Trojans with the ball, controlling off the tip. Ranson Bourne with it up top. Over to Siler Salmons. Now Cullen with it up top. Looking around, back over to Salmons. Bobbles the pass, gets it down low to Scott Moore. And he's whistled for a travel. Kind of hopping around down there, working into Tyreek Richardson. And the Trojans turn it over on their first possession, come up empty. And now Riverton with the ball for the first time tonight. Hayden Witherspoon handling, guarded by Cullen. Up top. He'll give it up to Berge, guarded by Salmons. Berge puts it on the floor, over to Richardson, got away with one there. Gives it back up to Tyler Reitz. Down the lane, no good. Late whistle as Reitz hits the floor. And they're going to whistle this foul, I believe, against Ben Cullen.
Yeah, there's a lot of contact all the way to the bucket, and finally Cullen gets called for it after he goes up for the bucket, and Reitz there sliding away from him from the contact, ended up on the floor.
First shot from Reitz rattles in.
You know, the last time we played the Rams, I remember Forbes being a huge problem shooting a three ball. So hopefully they can shut him down tonight.
Reitz hits both free throws. And they're showing a little soft full court pressure as Bourne gives it up to Salmons, gets it ahead to Brocob. Now back to Bourne, and the Trojans try to get into the half-court rhythm. Got all the time in the world. There's no shot clock like we mentioned during the girls' game in the CNC. Moore with it, middle of the lane, kicks it out to Cullen. Over to Bourne. He'll pull the trigger on a three, off the mark, tipped around. Rebound tracked down by Riverton, ahead to Reitz, working against Bourne. His shot no good. Rebound Cullen. Trojans get it right back. I think Bourne may have taken a shot in the nose. He appears to have survived. Cullen over to Moore on the near side. Into the lane to Moore at the free throw line. Draws a trap, kicks it over to Brocob, open for three, and good.
Hey, I mentioned it in the pregame.
It's big for Brocob to make some of those.
Yeah, just start shooting. Fire away.
Gives the Trojans a 1-point lead. 6:06 to play first quarter. Witherspoon with it. Working against Bourne into the corner to Richardson. Back up top to Reitz. Reitz picks up his dribble. Brocob is there. He'll give it up to Forbes. Thought about a three. Now he'll pick up his dribble and gives it up to Witherspoon. Witherspoon driving into Bourne. Open three for Richardson, and he drills it from right in front of the Trojan bench.
And if he starts drilling those, it's going to be a real problem for the Trojans. You got to make sure you close out there because he does like to shoot that 3-ball, and he has range.
Salmons with it, gives it up to Bourne across the timeline against the pressure into the corner to Brocobb, open again for 3. This one no good. Rebound comes down to Moore, but he dribbles it off his foot, out of bounds, and it will be Ram ball. Thought Moore had it, and then I don't know if he lost it and bounced off his foot or if he was trying to dribble and it went off his foot. Either way, turns it over to Riverton. The Trojans trailing by 2. Reitz gets it down low to Forbes, working against Brocobb. Step back, no good. Tipped away by Blake, but right back to Forbes. Thought about a 3. Now he's going to drive into the lane, kicks back out to Witherspoon, and Riverton will have to reset. Richardson gets it down low to Witherspoon, working against Bourne, and he gets it to go off the glass. Now a 4-point lead for Riverton. Trojans need to come away with some points on this possession. Get it to Salmons. Top of the key. Seiler down the lane. Shot on the way. Off the back iron. Not much touch on that one. Salmons gets it back. His putback no good. Rebound controlled by Richardson. He gets it out to Reitz. Now Forbes with it. Driving baseline. Off the glass and good. Nobody picked up Forbes as he was able to head to the bucket with momentum. There's a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout. And if you're the Trojans, another regrettable start as they're down 6 here with 4:19 to play first quarter.
Well, and the unfortunate thing is that the Rams are kind of having a hot start to offset that slow start by the Trojans, and they just kind of started to run away with it. A couple threes being hit by the Rams, and then a nice little play inside, and it draws them out to a pretty big lead. You got to rein it in here for the Trojans. Like you mentioned, it's okay to take your time on offense as much as you want, but if you start trailing, you're going to have to start picking up that pace. So it starts now.
And you're slowing it down on the offensive end cannot affect your shots. Like, you're not taking them in rhythm because you're burning time. It's not a recipe for success, and right now the Trojans, like Brocobb took one, hit a 3 in rhythm, and then the next time he caught it, he thought about it before shooting that 3. The Trojans just need to trust themselves, trust their shot, and it's a test of your confidence early in a game, especially on the road. Salmons with it, tries to get it to Bourne and does over a streaking Forbes. Bourne steps into a 3 and nails it.
That's one of those in-rhythm threes that you mentioned.
Trojans cut the lead to 3, under 4 minutes to play first quarter. Got to get a stop offensively here. Witherspoon with it, working against Bourne. I think that Riverton sees that as a mismatch. And again, Richardson open for 3 and drills it. They're just going to let him stand out there and shoot. 6 points for Tarek Richardson, all of them from beyond the arc. And there's a turnover as Cullen trying to force it to Bourne. Reitz into the lane, and Salmons took the brunt of that, but I think he's going to be the one who picks up the foul.
Yeah, he slid his back foot to try and match the contact, and anytime you do that, you're going to get called for the blocking foul.
Reitz at the line, first one, no good.
Set for the Trojans, number 5, Harrison Burke, number 25, Levi Blair.
Burke into the game pretty early. Blair into the game as well for Girard. Salmons and Cullen will sit, so the Trojans giving up a little bit of height. And the second shot is good. 3 of 4 from the line tonight is Tyler Reitz. He's got 3 points. Trojans trail it by 7. A bad pass by Burke. Ends up with Richardson, now to Forbes, who's going baseline, pulls it out. Shot on the way from Reitz, no good off the back iron. Trojans dodge a bullet there after the turnover. Brocobb, now Moore with it, top of the key. Down low, Burke's shot, no good. Blair's putback is. First bucket for Levi Blair, cuts the lead to 5, under 3 to play first quarter. Witherspoon with it up top. He'll give it up to Forbes. Long 3 on the way. Straight away off the back iron. No good. Rebound Scott Moore. Bourne gives it up to Blair. Quickly to Burke. Cross court to Brocobb, into the corner to Blair. Loses his dribble, ends up with Scott Moore in pretty good position. He's fouled in the bucket, good. Well, that was serendipitous for the Trojans.
A fantastic pass by Levi Blair.
Yeah.
Finds a wide open Scott Moore down low, goes up through the contact, sinks it home, has a chance at that three-point play.
Richardson picks up the foul, his first. First team foul on Riverton. It'll send Scott Moore to the line to try and get three the hard way.
And two trees down on the blocks for the Rams. Jaden McGuire and Tarek Richardson both listed at 6'10".
And Scott Moore makes the free throw. He's got 3 points, cuts the Riverton lead to 2. The Trojans showing a little bit of life here early in this one. Forbes, almost ended up walking with it. Gives it up to Reitz on the wing. And there's a foul. It's going to be on the floor, I think, against the Trojans. They'll probably get this one on Blair. Yep.
His first, team third of the quarter.
Pass over the top to Richardson. Driving straight down the lane, loses his dribble, but Reitz gets it back, and then he loses it. And Bourne picks it up, and he's fouled from behind, I think.
Foul number 4, Tyler Reitz.
They got it on Reitz.
Second.
Perk to inbound it. Gets it into Blair. Ahead to Ranson Bourne. Pulls up. Little 10-footer is good. 5 points for Bourne. We're tied at 13. The Trojans come back. Forbes for 3. Off the iron. No good. Rebound. Scott Moore. That was close to going in. Almost got the home roll on that one. Bourne with it at the elbow. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound, Moore. His putback, no good. Blocked by Richardson, but Moore comes away with the deflection. Bourne kicks it over to Burke, open for 3. No arch on the shot. Misses. Rebound tracked down by Levi Mann. And out of bounds. I believe it'll stay with Riverton. Reitz will handle it up the floor for Riverton, down about to a minute to play in the first quarter. Reitz directing traffic, gives it up to Mann. The only person that Ranson Bourne may have a height advantage on, as Brocobb fouls Forbes on the three-point attempt. Gets into him as he's coming down, and they'll call that every time. And Forbes did a good job of selling it. And he'll shoot 3 from the free throw line, and with under a minute to play in the quarter, not a foul you want if you're the Trojans. Just got to understand the situation.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Forbes such a deadly shooter outside. You don't want him to have any free reign or look at the bucket, so you try and close out as best you can and get a little too close to him, trip up their landing zone. They're going to call that every time. Well, deadly outside shooter, even more deadly from the line.
Clear look at the bucket from the free throw line. And Forbes connects on all 3. He's got 5 points. And the lead is 3 for Riverton as Burke gets it into Blair. To Scott Moore, over to Brocobb. Blake kicks it back out to Burke. Now Bourne with it, 40 seconds and counting. Moore off the glass and good. They pretty much just decided we're not fouling here. Scott Moore picks up his 5th point. And the lead back down to 1. Forbes gives it up to Mann. Now over to Richardson. Thought about a 3. Now he'll put it on the floor. Kicks it over to Reitz. Driving into the lane, step back jumper from the free throw line, in and out. Rebound comes down to Riverton, and then there's a whistle.
Yeah, that's.
And a foul called against Jaden McGuire, just checked into the game.
Yeah, he very clearly went for the shoulder check on that one, trying to draw a foul. That's not going to fly in high school basketball.
Bourne with it. And just took too much time dribbling through the defense, and Brocop didn't have enough time to get a shot off, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Trojans lead it by 1, 16-15. We'll step away for a quick break. You're watching Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live. Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the Four States winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Welcome back to Riverton High School. After one, Trojans trail it by 1, 16-15 to the Riverton Rams. And could have been worse for the Trojans, who fell into a bit of a hole but able to dig their way out of it. Get this back down to a one-possession game to start the second quarter. Richardson with it, kicks it over. Three-pointer on the way for Forbes is good.
That is not the switch. I know Derek Richardson's a very dangerous guy, but if you got the option of leaving Forbes open or switching on to Richardson, you cannot leave Forbes open.
Sammons kicks it out to Cullen. Now back to Bourne. Now back over to Burke. Bounce pass down low for Sammons. Reverse layup way off the mark. Rebound Witherspoon ahead to Mann. He'll stop and pop for three. No good. Tipped around. Comes down to Forbes. Back over to Witherspoon. His pass picked off by Harrison Burke, and the Trojans will get it back. Long pass ahead to Cullen, working against Richardson. A lot of contact, no foul. Shot no good from Cullen, no backboard. And Forbes with the rebound, quickly ahead to Reitz off the glass and good. Burke with it. That pass tipped away, kind of lobbed in there for Scott Moore. That one tipped out of bounds, and it'll be Riverton ball. Trojans turn it over again. Richardson will handle it up the floor for Riverton. Spinning into lane, kicks out. Forbes open again, passes up the shot, drives. He's fouled and the bucket. Well,
that kid's on fire.
Yeah, well.
Not much you can do. I mean, you try and close out on him.
Yeah, you could get in front of him.
Yeah, closing out's going to be the key against him. You got to make sure you get a hand in his face while also staying in front if he's going to be able to dribble and drive like that.
Well, Trojans managed to keep him fairly quiet the first matchup between these two squads, and can't get it done here as Mann giving the Trojans some trouble in the full court. Tips it out of bounds. It'll stay with Girard. Burke gets it in to Ranson Bourne. Back to Burke. Trojans having some trouble with this one. Scott Moore gets it, gives it back to Harrison Burke across the timeline. His pass stolen away. He left his feet to pass, which you don't want to do. And a missed layup wide open by Forbes, and Cullen there for the rebound. And Trojan fans sympathize with that. Shot no good. Rebound put back good for Siler Salmons.
That was. I think he might have been going for a dunk. I'm not sure.
I don't know. His first bucket of the night cuts the lead back to 7. Trojans trailed by 1 at the end of the first quarter, and Riverton just exploded out of the gates here in the second. And once again, Girard going to have to dig out of a hole before the end of the quarter. And you're not going to do it like that. It's Tyreek Richardson drives right down the lane to the front of the rim and lays it in.
He's got to do that a lot more often for this Riverton team. He can do that pretty much every time if he wanted to. He's got the skills of, a pretty well-developed guard, and he's 6'10". So taking it into the paint should be his goal.
Ransom Bourne, they're forcing him to his left. Down the lane, kicks into the corner. Now Burke with it. His shot rejected out of bounds by Tarek Richardson.
And then Harrison Burke picks up the foul.
Foul number 5, Harrison Burke.
When you're in there amongst taller players, you can't just go in rhythm with a shot like that. You got to give a ball fake, a head fake, something. And there's a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout. I think Trojans want to talk it over. And it didn't take long, and now Riverton up by 9. That's why you got to take care of the ball if you're Girard.
Yep.
And just had some trouble dealing with this press that Riverton's come out with here early on.
Getting good shots on offense when you're breaking a press, if you don't go quick, you're not going to get those good shots because then Riverton's going to reset and be able to play whatever defense they want on you. If you're going to break the press, they did it very well in the first quarter, and I fully believe that's why they were able to keep it within 1 point at the end. But those first few possessions, they had some trouble breaking it. Guys weren't moving to the middle, and because of that, Riverton kind of exploded out to a lead.
Well, and a couple lapses, I think, defensively.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the defensive side has it as well.
Defense wasn't great.
And I think they're going to score no matter what.
Reitz with it now right over 5 minutes to play, third quarter. Witherspoon on the wing. Cullen guarding in the corner, now back out to Reitz. Going to dribble into the lane. Floater on the way off the back iron. No good. Rebound. Cullen. He's got nowhere to go with it. Finally gets it to Scott Moore. Scott gives it back to Ben. They get it across the timeline. Into the corner to Salmons. His floater, 10-footer is good.
Yeah. High arc on that one, too. Had to get it over the 6'10" tree, Tarek Richardson. So the shot that went in, that takes delicate touch.
4 points for Siler Salmons. Once again, Richardson going to take a three off the back iron. No good. Rebound, Scott Moore. Trojans with it back, trailing by 7. Salmons with it, up top to Brocobb. Bourne with it. Going to drive baseline, kicks out to Brocobb, open for 3. He takes it, off the mark. Long rebound comes down to Forbes. He'll push ahead to Reitz. Back to Forbes, long 3 on the way from him, and he drills it. In rhythm. 13 points for Forbes in this first half. And the Trojans down by 10, biggest deficit of the game. Cross court to Brocobb up top. Salmons with it, looking down low for Scott Moore. They get it to Scott, too strong off the glass, won't go. And the pass out ahead to Forbes, just too far in front. He can't track it down, and they'll give it back to the Trojans.
I'm shocked. I figured that kid could do no wrong. He's just been lightning with the ball.
Like his arm
lightning in a ball with the basketball right now.
Stretch Armstrong
Space Jam
out to get it, yeah. Cullen gets it to Ransom Bourne. Being guarded closely by Witherspoon. They're going to get a foul against Witherspoon for blocking. That should be his first.
It's a little.
It was a blocking foul.
Bourne needs to take that the other way if he's going to completely prevent that side of the court.
Well, he's trying to take away his right hand and force him to his left.
Doing it pretty effectively.
Brocobb with it on the wing, back out to Bourne. Trojans trying to move the ball, but Riverton doing a good job getting their hands out into the passing lanes that when deflected by Witherspoon out of bounds, it'll stay with Girard under 3 minutes. Second quarter. And what was a 1-point game at the end of the first is a 10-point game now with 2:40 left to play in the second. Let's see Witherspoon just really jumping out of those passing lanes. Salmons with it up top, back over to Brokaw. Blake pulls the trigger quickly, off the back iron, no good. And the rebound comes down to Ranson-Bourne off the glass and good. As two Riverton players battled each other for the ball. Ranson-Bourne was the beneficiary. He's got 7 points, and the Trojans cut the lead to 8. Witherspoon with it. Trojans not really respecting his outside shot. Three-pointer on the way. No good by Liam Berge. Trojans with it back. Cullen almost walked with it. Gets it ahead to Ranson-Bourne. Into the lane. Pulls up for a 10-footer. No good. Tipped around. Comes down to Moore. His shot is good. Moore's got 7. And the lead is 6. Reitz with it. Minute and a half to play. First half. He'll kick it out to Witherspoon. Three-point attempt from straight away. No good. He falls down. No whistle. Forbes with it. Steps to the top of the key. On the way. No good. Rebound Moore. Cullen with it. Gets it ahead to Ranson-Bourne. Pulls up for 3 and drills it. 10 points for Ranson-Bourne. Trojans cut the lead to 3 with a minute to play. First half. Reitz with it at the free throw line, putting it on the floor, kicks it into the corner. Berge shot on the way for 3, way off the mark. Cullen tracks down the rebound. Ahead to Bourne. Now Cullen with it, back to Bourne. Ranson driving, fading away, fouled, and the basket. Ranson-Bourne with a circus shot on the baseline. Gets it to fall. He's got 12 points, trying to make it 13 right here and tie the game.
Shot for the Trojans, number 25, Levi Blair, and number 5, Harrison Burke.
Levi Blair and Harrison Burke back into the game. Ben Cullen and Siler Salmons will sit for the Trojans. And Bourne hits the free throw. 13 points for Ranson-Bourne. We're tied at 29. Trojans need a defensive stop. 30 seconds on the clock. Tyrick Richardson kicks it out. Bernie to Reitz. Now back out to Richardson. Thought about a 3 from the wing. Dribbling into the lane. Has it stripped away and stolen by Bourne. Ranson off and running. Richardson trailing. Bourne is good. Little finger roll into the bucket. Good for Ranson-Bourne. He's got 15 points. The Trojans lead by 2. Quickly back the other way, Richardson, and he's whistled for a travel. Looked like it might have been more of a carry to me, but whatever. I think he found himself a little more open than he expected to be. He wasn't sure what to do with the ball. Bourne's shot no good, and that'll do it for the first half. Trojans lead it by a bucket, 31-29 over the Riverton Rams. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the GN Bank Halftime Show. You're watching Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the health care needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in Southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at girardmedicalcenter.com. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the health care needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in Southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at girardmedicalcenter.com. Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Why settle for less than the best? Croc-Can's gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott and many rural areas in between. Croc-Can has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Croc-Can.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Judd, Lori, Lisa, or Amber in Girard for all your insurance needs.
Welcome back to Riverton High School. Riverton, Kansas at the break. The Trojans lead at 31-29 over the Riverton Rams. This is the GN Bank Halftime Show brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. And Daryl, a first half where the Trojans found themselves in a couple of holes, one a 7-point hole in the first quarter and then a 10-point hole in the second quarter, but able to battle back behind some clutch shooting and some spark plays by Ranson Bourne, and they lead it by 2 here at the half. Crazy.
Yeah, basketball is a game of runs, and if you can get the upper hand on those runs, you're going to win a majority of your basketball games. Riverton has had the start of quarters to go on those runs, get out to those leads, but the Trojans have done a good job of answering back. It's been a really refreshing thing to see that they don't back down from those runs at all. Ranson Bourne in particular is having a spectacular game right now. He's keeping these Trojans alive, keeping them in it, and I hope to see that continue in the second half.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at some of those first half stats brought to you by, well, I guess we should tell you that little ramble we went on was your eye on the game, brought to you by Kennar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Kennar Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kennar Eye Care with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at KennarEyeCare.com. Now, let's take a look at those halftime stats brought to you by the guys at B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie, dirt's heavy. So trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, water line install and repair, driveways, rock hauling and leveling. Call B&B Excavating, 620-724-2735. First, for the Riverton Rams, they're led in scoring by Cale Forbes. He's got 14 points, most of those coming in that second quarter. Tarek Richardson has 8, 6 of those coming in the first quarter. Tyler Reitz with 5 and Aiden Witherspoon with 2 to round out the scoring for Riverton. For the Girard Trojans, oh man, I didn't add these up. They're led in scoring by Ranson Bourne. He's got 15 points at the break, according to my rapid math. Siler Salmons with 4. Scott Moore with 7. Levi Blair with 2. And Blake Brocobb with a first quarter 3-pointer to round out the scoring for Girard. Riverton outscored the Trojans 16-15 in the first quarter. Trojans outscored Riverton 16-13 in the second quarter to give us this 31-29 halftime score.
And something to note is I have Scott Moore with 6 rebounds right now, so he has potential for that double-double stack. Not to jinx him. I mean, I know we spoke it in the last game. And
we did. We spoke it. And
happened to fall a little flat, but there's still hope.
There's an entire half of basketball left to play for Scott Moore. Ransom Moore already in double-digit scoring, so if he could get double-digit steals or rebounds.
Yeah, I have him at 1 rebound and 1 steal.
Wow, a long way to go there.
Yeah.
And I would give up a couple steals for just another 15 points. I'm sure Coach Westcott would too.
Absolutely.
All right.
Who cares about the double-double when you can get a win,
right,
Josh?
When you get the dub. All right, getting set to start third quarter action from here in Riverton. Trojans trying to improve to 6-11, bump their record up to 4-5 in the CNC with the win here tonight. Riverton trying to improve to 12-5 and move to 9-3 in the CNC. Trojans will be back in action Tuesday night against Frontenac at Ted R. Taylor in the friendly confines. And Riverton will travel to Galena. Oh, no, they'll welcome in Galena here in Riverton coming up on Tuesday night as well.
Not much of a difference between those two.
No, well,
Block and a half, maybe.
Yeah, 400 yards.
Got to cross the Spring River, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Trojans with the ball to start the third quarter. Get in the corner to Siler Salmons. Back up top to Ranson Bourne. Blake Brocobb with it. Lob over the top to Moore. Scott Moore's shot no good. And Richardson comes down with the rebound. And, man, that's one you want Moore to get if he gets the ball that deep. Richardson with it, tries the dunk. No good. Moore comes down with the rebound. And I bet if you're a Riverton fan, you could have lived with a layup there. Ranson Bourne playing off the contact, falling away. No good from the free throw line. Rebound, Richardson. Turk will handle it up the floor, gets it ahead to Berge, back to Richardson, back to Berge. Driving baseline, now kicks it back out to Richardson. He's got his own zip code. Misses the three-pointer. Rebound tracked down by Cullen.
Probably could have done with a layup there too, Josh.
Yeah. And if you're Trojans, you're pretty much happy with him standing out behind the three-point line all night.
Absolutely.
Cullen trying to get the pass to Moore. Scott wasn't ready for it. Went off his hands. And Riverton comes away with it. Reitz driving down the lane, forced to kick it out. Now Richardson with it in the corner. Back up top to Witherspoon, who wants to drive and does. He gets contact from Moore, hits the ground hard, and comes up holding that left elbow. He went down.
Yeah. I think he hit his funny bone there. He was holding it and kind of shaking off his hand, but
he doesn't appear to be laughing.
No, not aptly named.
Scott Moore picks up his first personal. Witherspoon's first shot is good, and we're down to a 1-point lead now for the Trojans. And for the Trojans, it's going to be so important for them to make those shots inside. We missed a couple big ones here tonight. And anytime you're fortunate enough to get the ball down there like that, like Moore was on the last possession, you want to come away with a basket. Cullen down low again to Moore on the blocks. Working baseline against Richardson. Shot no good. Gets a rebound. Putback is good. So a rebound and a bucket for Scott Moore.
It's a perfect formula for pancakes.
9 points for Moore. Reitz with the ball now in the half court for Riverton. Trojans leading it by 3. Witherspoon gets it down low to Richardson. Turnaround no good. Over Moore, just didn't put enough on it. And Siler Salmons comes away with the board for Girard. Cullen with it up top. Brocobb into the corner to Salmons. Siler driving, kicking, gives it up to Bourne. Ranson dribbling around on the outside, guarded by Witherspoon. Gets it to Salmons at the free throw line. His shot no good. Rebound Cullen. Gets it over to Salmons. Step through, off the glass is good. 6 points for Siler Salmons. Trojans push the lead to 5. Reitz dribbling up the floor. Picks up his dribble, kicks it back out to Richardson, working at the elbow, back out to Reitz for 3, off the mark. Rebound handled by Moore.
That's 10 rebounds for Scott Moore as well.
Ranson Bourne dribbling against Reitz. Gives it up to Cullen, now back to Scott Moore, top of the key. Bourne with it now, driving down the lane. He'll back it out, guarded by Witherspoon. Witherspoon tips that one away. Bourne just being a little bit loose with the ball, knowing that you got a physical defender on you. And there's a foul against Siler Salmons, and you don't get that call if you're wearing maroon. And we'll send Forbes to the line to try and complete the three-point play. $16 points for Forbes. He's pretty much single-handedly carrying Riverton tonight. And the free throw is good. Make it 17.
And now over half
more than half their points. And the Trojans have not had a good answer for Forbes as he's just kind of taken what the defense has given him. Trojans got to get this ball across the timeline. Brocobb finally does. Get it to Cullen on the wing. Ben gives it back up to Blake. Now down low to Moore in the lane, working against Richardson. His shot blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Trojans. And Scott's gone with that same timing the last 3 straight times down the floor, and Richardson, I think, has his timing down. Scott's going to have to give him a ball fake or something.
He immediately turned around and looked at Brocobb and said, yeah, my bad. He knew as soon as he went up that was not the shot to take.
And that one tipped away. Again, the Trojans turn it over in the passing game, and Bourne fouls Reitz, going for a layup in the open floor. And it was a rough one. Bourne got his money's worth on that one. I think that's Bourne's first, and it is.
Yeah, Bourne just going for the ball there. Just got tangled up. I mean, it's the best you can do when you're not the biggest guy on the floor. You can't go up for those long-range blocks. But
Reitz hits the first one.
He will take a seat there.
Reitz hits the first, misses the second. And ahead to Brocobb. Working into Witherspoon, kicks it out to Burke. And he misses everything, and it comes down to Tarek Richardson ahead to Reitz. And he's fouled and the bucket. And just like that, Riverton with a 1-point lead after the Trojans led by 7.
Foul number 3, Siler Stamen.
Reitz does
turnovers. Not taking care of the ball very well over the last couple minutes has really cost Girard. Reitz makes the free throw, completes the 3-point play. He's got 9. Blair almost throws it away, getting it inbounds. Gives it ahead to Moore. Now Burke with it on the offensive end. Back to Brocobb. Now Burke with it again, guarded by Forbes. Gets it over to Sammons, who barely handles the pass. Now down low to Moore. Great position. The turnaround bucket's good off the glass.
How many does he have, Josh?
That gives him 11.
That's a double-double for Scott Moore.
Man left alone for 3, in and out. Rebound Witherspoon in the middle of 3 red jerseys. And his putback is good.
No time to celebrate the double-double.
5 points for Witherspoon. And the Trojans back down by 2. Brocobb for 3 is good.
An incredible answer by Brocobb.
Blake has 6. Trojans back up by 1. Man, thought about a 3, drives in, little 10-footer on the way, no good, and the foul.
That's
not hard to knock that dude off his feet. And
that goes for all the Riverton Rams. They very good at taking contact and selling it, getting through, making sure they draw that foul.
So man at the line to shoot a pair, hits his first, and they've done a pretty good job from the free throw line tonight as a team.
For the Trojans, number 1, Ransom Bourne. Number 12, Ben Cullen.
12 of 15 from the line as a team are Riverton. Make that 13 of 15 from the line. One-point lead for Riverton. And again, a bad pass. Stolen away by Witherspoon, intended for Cullen. Forbes with it. Rattles around and good. 19 points for Cale Forbes. The Trojans having all kinds of trouble with this Riverton defense as Blair trying to dribble through traffic and gets whistled for the travel. And you need a timeout here if you're Girard, and there it is. Coach West talk it over as Trojans all out of sorts. Trailing by 3, 2:51 to play, third quarter. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Judd, Lori, Lisa, or Amber in Girard for all your insurance needs.
Welcome back to Riverton High School. Trojans had to take a timeout as the wheels were coming off the wagon. Riverton now leading by 3. The Trojans led by as many as 7. But, of course, they've trailed by 10 in this game as well. So it's a game of runs, and right now Riverton on 1. And Coach Westcott trying to call a timeout to shift the momentum back to his squad. But Trojans need a couple things to go their way. Reitz with it, into the corner to Witherspoon, into Harrison Burke. And there's an offensive foul against Witherspoon. So he just plowed into Harrison Burke, and the backside official made the call. Official on the baseline was ready to just let her roll. Bourne with it, guarded by Mann. Now back to Brocobb as you see the pressure applied on the perimeter. They'll keep extending that defense out. against these Trojan guards until they can make them pay with the dribble. Brocobb to the elbow to Cullen, Shot on the way by Burke, no good. The rebound comes down to Cale Forbes. And they're going to whistle Brocobb with the foul.
And that sends the Rams to the line because of the bonus that they are in.
The Rams have committed one team foul this quarter. Pretty physical game.
I'm not sure.
Forbes hits the first.
That personal foul on Witherspoon was not counted as a team foul, right? I don't believe it should have been, but I remember back in the girls' game, they did count one of the charges. Because charges aren't normally counted as team fouls.
And Forbes hits them both, as you might expect. Now Trojans in a 5-point hole here towards the end of this third quarter. Third quarters have been rough for this team all year long. The first and third quarters. Ransom Bourne open for three. It won't go. Rebound comes down to McGuire. Now Witherspoon looking to push for Riverton. It's tipped and then goes off of his leg out of bounds. It'll be Trojan ball. Richardson back into the game, replacing Witherspoon, who will sit after the turnover. Burke to inbound from the near side. Under 2 minutes, third quarter. Trojans need some points here, trailing by 5. Brocobb on the wing, back up to Bourne. Free throw line for Cullen, goes to work, back to Ransom Bourne. Back over to Brocobb, open for three. He'll take it and nails it. Well, there we go. 9 points for Brocobb, all of them coming from beyond the arc. And the lead is down to 2. Got to get a stop defensively here. Man will take the open three and drill it. When a little guy like that's out on the floor, you know he's there to shoot. You got to get a hand in his face. And Mann gets his first field goal of the night. He's got 5 points, and the lead is back to 5. Brocobb gets it down low to Cullen, working against McGuire, and Ben gets it to fall. First bucket of the night for Ben Cullen. Trojans trailing by 3. Reitz thought about the three-point shot. Now going to drive. Little runner off the back iron. No good. Rebound Cullen. Gives it up to Adrian Newton. Now Bourne with it. Trailed by Mann. Gives it up to Cullen. His shot blocked emphatically by Richardson. And finger roll, probably not the way to attack that guy. Reitz with it on the wing, down low. Richardson open, fouled from behind by Newton, and the bucket. And just like that, back to a 5-point lead, trying to make it 6 right here for Tarek Richardson. His first bucket of the second half comes at a big time for Riverton.
Sub for the Trojans, number 4, Jackson Smith. Here for the Rams, number
Trojans
3,
put Jackson Smith into the game. Haven't seen him much this season. Trying to get some rest for the starters here in the last 28.7 of this third quarter. Bourne, the only starter with Brocobb out on the floor. Both the shot is good for Richardson. He's got 11. Brocobb with it. Back to Burke. Bourne with it. Gives it to Brocobb. Over to Burke. Harrison to the elbow. Kicks over to Brocobb. Open for three again. Off the back iron. No good. Rebound Smith. Put back from the baseline. No good, but he's fouled by McGuire. And Jackson Smith will head to the line to shoot 2. I believe Jackson just a freshman. Getting some valuable varsity moments. I won't say minutes because there's less than a minute left here. First shot off the front iron.
For the Rams, number 14, Kel Forbes, number 4, Tyler Ritz. Number 25, Liam Burton.
Whole lot of direction being given by Coach Westcott right now, telling his boys to talk, make sure a 3-second shot can't get good out.
And they had 2 Riverton players back here talking to their coach behind the defenders, and I think he was saying, don't you let them get behind you. Forbes heaves one for the backboard, no good, and that'll end the third quarter. Trojans trailing by 6. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back here watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the health care needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Just did a little math in the break. Trojans have shot 4 free throws this entire game. They're 2 for 4 from the line as a team. Riverton has shot 17 free throws, and they're 15 of 17 from the line. And I don't know that all the contact has been that one-sided. Reitz with it as Riverton will start with the ball in the fourth quarter. Over to Richardson in the corner, dribbling out to the wing. He'll kick to Berge in the corner. Now back out to Forbes. Back out to Berge on the wing, dribbling against Salmons, and he lost his dribble and ends up committing the travel. And yeah, definitely was a travel. Turns it over to the Trojans. Trojans working against this full court pressure. You can dribble, Tyler. Let's go. Salmon's pass deflected and picked off. Now down to Reitz, working against Jackson Smith, who blocked his shot. Gets it to Ranson Bourne. And Bourne ahead to Jackson Smith. Ahead to Siler Salmons. A little runner off the glass, no good. Tipped around. Scott Moore with the rebound. Scott going to the bucket. Blocked from behind by Tarek Richardson. His pass ahead to Reitz. Spinning into the lane. And Trojans are whistled for a foul. Ransom Bourne's asking where it was.
I'm not shocked Reitz hits the floor there. He's been on the floor more tonight than I think he's dribbled. At least taking shots.
They whistled Jackson Smith with a foul. That's his first. And it will send Reitz to the line to shoot 2. He hits the first. That's the 18th free throw tonight for Riverton. They are 16 of 18 from the line as a team, so they're taking advantage of those trips to the free throw line for sure. They've certainly got enough opportunities. Reitz hits them both. He's got 11. Riverton leading by 8. Trojans need some points on this possession. They're going to have to break this press first. It's giving them fits. Get it ahead to Scott Moore. Loses a dribble. Cullen gets it back but loses it. Trojans turn it over again. They just can't get into their half court. Settled off the glass and good for Witherspoon. He's got 7. And the lead is 10 for Riverton. Well, after other teams watch this film, you can expect to see a lot of the press if you're the Trojans. Smith for 3, nails it.
Give that kid some more minutes. He's been on fire to start this fourth quarter.
Lead back down to 7. Shot no good for Berge. Rebound, Scott Moore.
No way. He was asking for a foul on that one.
He was asking for a foul.
Yeah.
No, he just missed a layup, that's all. That pass from Smith, tipped out of bounds by Berge. It'll stay with the Trojans. Girard just not look good passing the ball against this press. I don't know if it's spacing or what, but Riverton seems to kind of have their number with the press. Smith's bounce pass again picked off. And there's another turnover. Reed's coming back the other way. He's fouled, hits the floor again. And they're either going to get Bourne or Smith with this one. That's going to go against Smith.
Number 4, Jackson Smith. His second, team second. Rich at the line for 2.
Just got to be crisper passing the ball. You can't bounce pass into traffic like that. First shot is good for Reitz. 19th free throw attempt tonight.
How many for Reitz? If you don't mind calculating that real quick, Josh.
12. That's 12. Trying to make it 13 right here. Boom.
That's amazing.
Yeah. They're just shooting the lights out from the free throw line. The Trojans can't get to the free throw line. And really, that's a huge difference in this game. Of course, it would do Girard a lot of favors if they quit turning the ball over, and they do it again right there. Forbes stepping through. He's fouled. Shot's no good. They're going to say the foul is on the floor. And they're going to give this one on Jackson Smith. That's his third. Oh. We'll get it in over the top to Tarek Richardson, even though Ransom Bourne was right in his pocket. Witherspoon. Forbes open for 3 from in front of the Riverton bench, and he drills it. And that's a dagger.
Certainly does not help the cause.
He's got 24. Harrison Burke with it. Gives it up to Scott Moore working against Berge. He's fouled. And Moore will head to the line to shoot 2. The good news for the Trojans is it gives them a chance to score without the clock moving. But they're down by 12 right now. And they're going to whistle that foul on Reitz. It's his second. First shot is good for Moore.
Moore going for one more. Just to clarify on the foul for Ritz, that's his second, not his third.
Moore hits them both. 13 points for Scott Moore. Trojans trailing by 10. Going to have to get something going here. And concentration. Man steals it away from Bourne from behind. And it's not been pretty for either squad, but the Trojans almost came away with a turnover and then gave it right back. Cross court to man. Down low to McGuire. Back out in the corner. Working it around. Forbes gives it up to Reitz. Back over to Richardson in front of the Riverton bench. No good. Rebound Brokaw. They'll give it back to Harrison Burke ahead to Ransom Bourne. Working into a crowd. Oh my gosh, that's the weakest charge call I think I've ever seen in my life. Somebody bid on the flop bigger than anything. Westcott's beside himself, and I would be too. Did they practice the flop? That's a second on Bourne. Reitz with it right now. Down low to McGuire. Back out to Richardson to man way too deep in the trees. But nobody covers him at the three-point line, so he'll just take it. No good. Rebound Harrison Burke. Ahead to Brokaw. Burke in the lane is good. First bucket of the night for Harrison Burke. Cuts the lead to 8. And a blocking foul going to be called against the Trojans. And is this going to result in free throws?
Yep, they're in the bonus now.
Rams are shooting free throws the rest of the way.
Again, another quarter where the Trojans have 5 team fouls, Riverton with 1. First shot for Reitz, no good. The 30,000th free throw of the night for Riverton. And the second one rattles in. Burke with it on the inbound, gets it to Scott Moore, almost walked with it, gives it back to Brokaw. Over the top to Jackson Smith, back to Burke, thought about it. And his pass deflected out of bounds. And active hands by this Riverton defense, as there's been a lot of deflected passes tonight.
So for the Trojans, number 3,
And the Trojans just haven't tightened it up in their passing. Rokop inbound, gets it into Ransom Bourne. Over to Jackson Smith, back to Bourne. Rokop with it now on the wing. Back up top to Salmons. Middle of the lane to Ransom Bourne. Will turn around, 15-footer is good. First bucket of the second half for Ransom Bourne. He's got 17, and the lead is down to 7. Time running out, though, on the Trojans. They can't just let Riverton dribble and pass it around. You're going to need the 3.5 minutes. Reitz with it. Little floater, good. $16 for Reitz. 9-point lead for Riverton. Bourne in the corner. Back out to Salmons. They get it down low to Scott Moore. Stepping through off the glass. He's good.
That's good for Scott Moore.
15 for Moore. Trojans need another one. Another guy to score 15 or 16 points. Man with it. Open for 3. Nobody's going to come guard him. Content to dribble it around. Gives it up to Tarek Richardson in the corner. Riverton doesn't have to do anything with the ball right now. Trojans are going to have to force the issue defensively if they want to get the ball back. Richardson working. Thought about a 3. Now kicks it out to Reitz. Working against Bourne. Stepping through. Shot on the way over Brocob. No good. Rebound McGuire. Put back no good. Rebound Scott Moore. Well, they had it for a long time. Came away empty. Siler Salmons down the lane. Shot on the way. No good. Rebound off of his hands. Saves it in. Ransom Bourne fouled on the outside by Mann.
Foul number 35, Levi Mann. 2 seconds up for the Rams, number 1, Aiden Witherspoon.
Witherspoon into the game, replacing Jaden McGuire. 7-point lead for Riverton, a minute 51, and the Trojans just haven't gotten a lot of shots off quickly the entire night. Bourne passes that one up, dribbles baseline. Runner on the way, no good. There's a pushing foul against Riverton. And they get Witherspoon with this one, I think. That's his third.
He's third.
Moore to throw it in. Gets it into Brocob. Blake over the trees, over Richardson, gets it to go.
That's a tough bucket down there for him.
Yeah, it was a tough bucket. Brocob's got 11. Forbes over to Witherspoon. And a charging foul against Witherspoon.
So that's his 4th.
Yep.
Time is dwindling, so you're going to keep him in the game, but that's something to note for the Trojans. Go up at him.
Mm-hmm. Brocob to inbound. They get it into Ransom Bourne. Back to Brocob, over to Smith. Throws it away. Reitz coming back the other way. And he's fouled.
On the ground.
Now the official here is holding up 2 for 2 free throws.
Yeah.
I think he's going to hit the line.
Well, I meant on the ground as in he was on the ground, like himself, his body on the ground again. But they are in the bonus, so he will get 2 shots.
And he hits the first.
Start for the Rams, number 25, Liam Berge.
Berge checks in, replacing Levi Mann. Second shot no good, tipped around. Guess who? Richardson with the rebound. And back to Witherspoon as time running out on the Trojans. You're going to have to do something defensively to get this ball back. Forbes dribbling around. Timeout. Riverton, the full timeout. We'll take it as well. 1 minute to play. Trojans trailing it by 6. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Riverton High School. Trojans trailing by 6. 1 minute left to play. I believe Riverton will have the ball coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, because Riverton took that timeout. It's the message in the huddle from Coach Westcott is aggressive defense. You got to go. It's time. You got to go. You got a minute left and 6 points to
It starts on an inbound play right here. Can you turn them over on this inbound?
Would definitely be nice.
A minute left. I mean, you're going to have to take some fairly quick threes. And get it into Reitz, up top to Forbes. And the big time burn is underway. Reitz with it. Has it poked away by Bourne from behind. And it ends up with Cullen, but they whistle the foul on Bourne.
Surprised he didn't end on the floor.
Ritz at the line for 2.
And that'll send Reitz to the line for yet more free throws. First one's good.
Shot for the Rams, number 3, Noah Parker.
This will be his 8th free throw of this quarter.
Harrison Burke.
Tyler Reitz has attempted 16, now 17 free throws by himself tonight and has converted 13 of them. Bourne gives it up to Brocobb to Salmons for 3, nails it.
3 ball good for Salmons. Timeout called by the Trojans.
And Girard's going to take a timeout. Full timeout. We'll take it as well. Trojans trailing by 5. 39.8 left to play. You watch Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Why settle for less than the best? Croc-Can's gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott and many rural areas in between. Croc-Can has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Croc-Can.
Right. Trojans trailing by 5, 39.8 left to play. It's been a parade to the free throw line all night long for Riverton, and that's not going to stop here anytime soon.
It's been a trail of turnovers as well for the Trojans.
Yep.
That's been the major fault of the night.
I lost count of them, and so I just quit.
Fair enough.
Somewhere in the second quarter. Witherspoon to throw it in, gets it into Levi Mann across the timeline. Trojans looking for someone to foul. Mann may not be that guy, but nonetheless, Blake Brocobb fouls him, and it'll send Levi Mann to the line to shoot 2.
His 3rd. Levi Mann to the line for 2.
First one off the mark.
Well, the young man put in a very clutch position here.
Second shot no good. Rebound Moore. Trojans need to work quick. Get ahead to Harrison Burke. Got to get a shot off here. It's Harrison Burke tied up by Levi Mann, and it's going to be Riverton. Oh, no, stay with Girard.
Well, that's an immediate makeup of missing those 2 free throws. Mann comes down and repays his mistake.
Yeah. And you just need a little more urgency out of the Trojans. This is not a time to get tied up with the ball. Shouldn't be in any one player's hands that long. Salmons with it. Turnaround 3 on the way, short of the mark. Rebound. Riverton. Richardson with it. Over to Witherspoon. Trojans trying to foul him. Scott Moore finally does. And Witherspoon will head to the line to shoot 2. Stops the clock with 18.8. And I understand the urge, but a lot of things got to go right here for the Trojans.
Yeah, I'll say time really a factor now.
Witherspoon 1 of 2 from the line tonight. Make that 2 of 3. As Riverton continues to shoot free throws very well as a team. Scott Moore will take a seat. They try to bring some shooters into the game. Jackson Smith back in. Second shot no good. Rebound Burke. Gives it up to Siler Salmons behind the back. Three-point shot on the way. No good. Front iron. Salmons gets his own rebound. That shot deflected. Burke there for the putback bucket. But too little too late.
Timeout. Final one for the Trojans.
4 points for Burke. A full timeout. We'll take another break. Trojans trailing by 4. 7.5 seconds left to play. You watch Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Fast hack time for the Trojans as they foul Forbes. And that will send Cale Forbes to the free throw line, who's exactly the last human in this game that you want to send to the free throw line if you're the Trojans, because he is 7 for 7 from the free throw line tonight.
Perfect on most counts.
Forbes at the line for 2.
Colin accidentally walked to the back of the ref, and Forbes like, give him a tee, give him a tee. Still good sportsmanship here at the end, Josh.
Oh, there's a miss.
Hey, cross your fingers.
There's the error in his Navajo blanket tonight.
Where's that saying come from, Josh?
The Navajos always put a mistake into every blanket they made because nothing made by people is perfect.
Hey, I learned today.
Yeah.
Points.
It's the second. Trojans subbing Brocob and Cullen out, bringing in Jackson Smith and Burke. Bourne launches a 3 at the buzzer, no good. And that's going to do it. Riverton gets the season sweep over the Trojan boys. They win it 68-63. Riverton improves to 12-5 on the season. Trojans fall to 5-12.
Just a reminder, Rams basketball will be on Monday, not Tuesday.
We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back with the Eastside Cafe postgame show. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Back to Riverton High School. Trojans fall tonight 68-63 to the Riverton boys. Trojan girls won their matchup 40-25 over Riverton. The girls improve to 15-2 on the season. The boys fall to 5-12. And let's take a look at some of these scoring totals for tonight's ball game. Excuse me, a frog in my throat. First for Riverton, they're led in scoring by Cale Forbes. He had 24. Tyler Reitz had 20, most of those coming from the free throw line. Tarek Richardson finished with 11, 8 of those coming in the first half. Hayden Witherspoon had 8, and Levi Mann had 5 to round out the scoring for Riverton. For the Girard Trojans, they're led in scoring by Ransom Bourne, who had 17, 15 of those coming in the first half. Blake Brocob finished with 11, Scott Moore had 15, Siler Sammons with 9, Harrison Burke with 4, Jackson Smith with 3, and Ben Cullen with 2, Levi Blair with 2 to round out the scoring for Girard. Trojans fall again after a really, really rough second half. The Trojans led this game at a couple different points and just could not get out of here with the win tonight against Riverton, a pretty talented squad. And you'd think that this sub-state, barring some miracle from Frontenac, who's had Riverton's number a couple times this year, but they'd have to get to a matchup with Riverton. You would think that Galena and Riverton would be your two teams facing off for the sub-state title here. Maybe Anderson County, they looked pretty darn good the other night as well. So, and Burlington a bit of a wild card, but
yeah, and
Galena and Riverton look good this year.
When those brackets come together, it all depends, I guess, on how those brackets come together. That's going to be the real telltale at the end because two people from this region are going to end up going, and that very well could be Riverton and Galena.
Yep. And this is the Eastside Cafe postgame show brought to you by Eastside Cafe. Experience the best breakfast in all of Crawford County 6 days a week at 120 South Ozark Street in Girard. Proud supporters of Trojan Athletics. Coach West got in there talking this one over with the team, and this is a rough one because they had a couple opportunities, really made a couple real solid runs at Riverton tonight, but just when Riverton switched over to that press, the turnovers just really killed the Trojans. And that was really kind of the difference in the game. Girard didn't take very good care of the basketball against that press, and it really kept them out of sorts for a good portion of that second half. And Riverton able to pull away and take control of this one, and they led by double digits at a couple different points, and they come away with the big win tonight.
Yeah, it was a little odd, too, because in that first half, the Trojans didn't have too much trouble with breaking that press. But then as the entire game went on, Riverton, you got to commend them. I mean, they ended up just securing it down. We're able to get a lot of turnovers forced, and you can't have turnovers, and then you can't also double up on that and cause fouls on the other end.
Yeah, commit a bunch of fouls and
a bunch of free throws.
You can talk about one-sided officiating or whatever, but the most aggressive team is going to get to the foul line the most.
Yes.
And that was certainly the case tonight. And Riverton, when they got to the foul line, they made the most of it, shot free throws very well as a team.
Yes.
And particularly Tyler Reitz at the free throw line, Cale Forbes at the free throw line really damaged the Trojans tonight. So Girard falls to 5-12. They're back in action coming up next Tuesday when we welcome in the Frontenac Raiders. Trojans going for the split against the Raiders, trying to get the sweep on the girls' side, but hoping for a split on the boys' side. That coming up Tuesday. Riverton back in action coming up Tuesday night as they travel to Galena. So that's one to keep an eye on, man. I kind of like to be a fly on the wall for that game over in Galena because these two teams, both of them playing very well right now. And Riverton's certainly kind of feeling it at this point in time of the season. And if you want to be peaking at any point, this is the time to do it. And the Rams are looking pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Coach West got in there talking to his team. We're probably going to just let him off the hook for our post-game coach interview that would have been brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com.
And don't forget, go get your pancakes tomorrow at
That's
Eastside
right.
Cafe. Scott Moore was able to get that double-double, and he went way above the rebound total.
Yeah.
I was telling Josh in that first quarter I messed up. I missed a few of his rebounds, and then I started tracking him, and he still got over that 10 mark, and he had plenty more in that second half. So congratulations to Scott Moore, and go get your pancakes.
If you're a glass-half-full type person for the Trojans, they had 3 guys in double figures tonight.
Yes.
Pretty good scoring across the board as a team. They just didn't have the firepower to keep up with Riverton and a few too many turnovers against that press. So for Daryl McLeod, I'm Josh Letner saying thanks for joining us. You've been watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live. We'll see you Tuesday night as the Trojans welcome in the Frontenac Raiders.
Thanks for watching. From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local